Hey guys, welcome to our very first Game Frenzy. I'm here, Bryant.
I'm TJ.
Hey, I'm Alex.
This is my brother, by the way, if y'all didn't know. This Game Frenzy is brought to you by Mulligan's Bar and Grill. Of course, we all know it's the best bar in the state, in the area. Best food, great bartender with Cody. I was just there yesterday, gave him some T-shirts, and I just sat there and I just talked to him for an hour about just a bunch of different things. He's great. He's fixing the. Keep going.
All right, you can go on with the.
All right, man. We're also brought to you by Ray and Rosa Transport. Currently looking for drivers with their own truck and trailer. Call their office if you're interested at 815-616-8666.
Oh, 3 6s in a row.
Yeah, I know. That's never good.
And we're also brought to you by CC Salon. She specializes in cut, color, wax, manicures, pedicures, extensions, pretty much anything you need. Call or text her at 815-291-7352. Go ahead and make yourself an appointment and like her page on Facebook. That's CC Salon.
On Facebook. And she can fade. She can fade, right? Isn't that right, Rick? All right. So as those of you who don't know, this is a Pokemon podcast. Not really the show, really. We're going to be discussing the video game since this is a game frenzy. Games and the show are separate canon. We're going to start off from Gen 1. We're going to start. How about you, TJ? Do you have a favorite of the? And I'm going to include Fire Red and Leaf Green in this too.
Oh, yeah?
By the way, guys.
Because they're pretty much remakes of the original.
Yes.
Well, let's say, pretty much the storyline behind the original is that Red, who is the main character, he moves into his town with his mom.
Right?
Well, Blue, yeah, either one. Because if you play Red, it's Red, Blue is Blue. And then vice versa for the rivals. So if you're playing Red, the rival's name is going to be Blue. And if you're playing Blue, the rival's name is going to be Red.
So if you're Red, the rival is pretty much Gary, right? Like,
Yeah, that's the equivalent to the TV show. Yeah, it would be Gary, and Ash would be Red. Or
He even
whatever.
got when you're playing the game, he even looks.
Yeah, they look exactly the same. They pretty much base the character on the TV show looks just like Gary.
But they claim that they're not connected up. Like you'll never see
Right.
Ash in the video
No,
games.
Ash is never in the game. It's always Red. There's never any Ash. But he has the same Pokemon.
Yeah.
Exact same Pokemon. That's ridiculous. And then pretty much your goal is to go out, collect the 8 gym badges, and then you go ahead and fight the Elite Four, become the champion.
and of course, at the end of you face the Elite Four. You're not the first one to beat the Elite Four.
Oh, no,
Your
of course
rival,
not.
Your rival Gary Blue, whatever you want to call him, is the one who first beat him, and you got to beat him.
It's never that easy. It's never that easy.
My question is, okay, I know who I was. Who did you choose for your starter?
For my start, I always want Charmander.
All right.
I always want Charmander.
I know. Didn't you like Squirtle?
Yeah, I was a Squirtle guy, but I was just doing it because I was biased towards water because blue is my favorite color, to be honest. It wasn't until I got into college and started learning about the stats behind the Pokemon that I figured Squirtle's probably the worst starter you could get, arguably. He's great defense, but attack, Charmander's the one to go with.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So on the DS, the 3DS, you can buy the games for cheap, like
Right.
yellow, red, and
Right.
blue.
On the story.
And it shows the stats. It's just attack, defense, speed, and special. Is the special attack and defense there yet in the first gens?
You know, I'm not sure. I don't think they are. I think it's just special would be any type of special move that they make. There's a certain couple types of moves that are classified by special moves, and then the rest are all just like physical attacks.
Okay,
So, for example, like a quick attack or a tackle, that's based on your attack
yep,
value. But if you use a Thunderbolt or Fire Blast, that's your special.
That would be special attack. But when I was playing the game and I got yellow, actually that would be kind of Ash, wouldn't it? And yellow. I mean, it's
He doesn't
not.
get Pikachu,
And it's not. But
and he follows you around. He doesn't go in the Pokeball.
That was my favorite. You could turn around and click
And
on him and
interact
see
with
what
him.
his mood was. Mine was always pissed off. I don't know why.
But I think mine was too.
But anyway, like I remember looking at the stats. There was attack, defense, speed, and special. And I was like, what? There's no special defense or special attack. It's just special.
Right.
So like what? This Thunderbolt and like Volt Tackle will both be the same damage then?
Well, Volt Tackle didn't
I know.
exist in
I
the
know.
first
I was
gen,
just using
but,
that as.
but yeah, definitely. I would think that Thunderbolt would be more like a special, and then like Voltac would be more of a physical attack, even though it is more of an electric type.
I was just confused by that.
Right, I think-
going back to the now that I have we have special attack, special defense,
Right.
all the stats, and not going back and there wasn't as many stats. I was like, are there
Yeah,
stats still?
I think that special attack and special defense came out in 2nd gen. Was when they released that. That was a new part of that one as well.
It really changed the game because if you have a Pokemon with good defense, it's pretty much-
Exactly.
it's good against every. It's kind of annoying because you can have a Pokemon, and he has great defense, so then someone will come out with Pokemon and will just throw out like a flamethrower, which is a special attack, and
Exactly.
special defense sucks. And
Exactly.
It dies. And it's like, oh, that's
Because it does
annoying.
way more damage.
There's only specific Pokemon like Probopass or
Exactly.
good special, but they can't attack. They have you pick your poison. You can either be fast and you can attack, or you can be slow and you can take damage. But you can't dish it out
No, you can't do
unless
both.
you have like legendary Pokemon.
Exactly.
But no, I always picked Charmander. Going back to our starters, I always thought that Charizard was the coolest.
Right.
He just looked cool. He's my favorite.
Nothing looks cooler than 2 guns coming out of a turtle.
I'm not gonna lie, Blastoise does look pretty cool, but I was always just a fan of Charizard because it looked like a dragon. But he's not a dragon
You
type.
can either be fast and you can attack, or you can be slow and you can take damage. But you can't dish it out.
No, you can't do
Unless you have
both.
legendary Pokemon.
Exactly.
But no, I always picked
No, there's
Charmander.
only-
Going back
there's
to
only
our
like
starters,
four
I
types
always
that
thought
came
that
out.
Charizard was the list.
Right. You got
He just looked cool. He's my favorite.
Nothing looks cooler than 2 guns coming out of a turtle.
I'm not gonna lie, Blastoise does look pretty cool, but I was always just a fan of Charizard because it looked like a dragon. But he's not a dragon.
You can either be fast and you can attack, or you can be slow and you can take damage. But you can't dish it out.
No, you can't do
Unless you have legendary Pokemon.
Exactly.
But no, I always picked Charmander. Going back to our starters, I always thought that Charizard was the list.
Right.
He just looked cool. He's my favorite.
Nothing looks cooler than 2 guns coming out of a turtle.
I'm not gonna lie, Blastoise does look pretty cool, but I was always just a fan of Charizard because it looked like a dragon. But he's not a dragon.
Fast and you can attack, or you can be slow and you can take damage. You can't dish it out.
As an Arcuno fan.
Most is super fast against all of them, I think, because they're all flying.
Right.
I always thought that Charizard was the list. Nothing looks cooler than 2. This does look pretty cool. So I was always just a fan of Charizard. But he's not a dragon. Fast and you can attack, or you can be slow and you can take damage. You can't dish it out.
As an Arcuno fan.
Most is super fast against all of them, I think, because they're all flying.
Right. As an Arcuno fan.
Most is super fast against all of them, I think, because they're all flying.
Right. The legendaries. Honestly, even including the legendaries, I'd probably have to say that Dragonite was my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love
can't really beat
Dragon.
you can't beat him.
He's just the coolest looking Pokemon. He's strong.
Or
He's
Gyarados.
super effective against everything. It seems like nothing's effective against him. So.
Yeah, Dragon Ice. Ice is
yeah.
super effective. Actually, Ice is times 4 effective against them because it's flying and dragon.
Flying dragon.
So Ice really messes them up.
Yep.
But in Gen 1, there it's hard to find ice Pokemon to fight.
Yeah, you got let's see, you got
Articuno, right?
well that. There's
Articuno was
more
on.
Cloyster.
Yeah, because he
Cloyster,
learned Ice Beam.
Psyduck.
Or
He
You can learn Ice Beam.
Dugong.
Dugong. That's who I was thinking of. I was trying to think of the seal one.
Yep.
And it's Dugong. Dugong and Cloyster.
Those are like the main two, yeah.
And they're water ice too, so like
Right.
electric super effective against them.
Yep.
So fire, I guess.
No, I don't think it is.
Now, did you guys actually try to build up a good roster when you guys played Gen 1 to go to the Elite Four? Did you do what I did? just level your Charizard up to 99 and call it go, and just use him.
When I first played it when I was a little younger, I would just pretty much power up my main Pokemon Charizard
Yeah.
and just destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Now I'll try to catch every Pokemon, put them in the bank, and then find the one that I want, find the team that I want, mostly Dragon types.
Yeah.
And
So you're basically Lance.
yeah, well, Dragon Pokemon. But I like to find
His
specific-
name's Lance, and he likes nuts.
He's the Dragon champion.
I like to find different types of dragon. So I like the Dragonite will be my Dragon Flying. No Salamence can Mega Evolve.
Yep.
Then I like my Mega X Charizard's a Fire Dragon. He's like the only one besides Turtonator who's a new Pokemon and the new one. So you'll not find a Fire Dragon. Then you have a Kingdra, who's a Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yep.
He's a Water Dragon.
Yep.
And then just different types of dragon types, you know. Then the newer one, Gen 5, Altaria has a Mega Evolve.
Yep.
It's Dragon Fairy.
Yep.
That is a crazy awesome combo. Combinations is a big thing.
Yeah.
TD sleeping over there. But yeah, I just Dragonite was all three of our favorite, but he's the best one.
Right. And then when I normally started playing, I just normally had like 2 or 3 that I leveled up as high as I could, and I didn't really care about the rest. I just gave him an XP share. I was like, you can level up, whatever. And then I would try and take on Elite 4, but then after losing a few times, I figured that's probably not the best solution. Let's go ahead and have like a full, pretty decent team. And then now going back and playing it, I have a lot more of a strategy-based mindset, so it's a lot easier. You're like, you always want to play on Switch. You don't ever want to just have your Pokemon set, so that you can always know what's coming next, so that you can always switch them out.
Yeah, you want to cover your types.
Exactly.
Type coverage.
I may hold the record for lowest level Pokemon to enter the Hall of Fame. I think I had a level 2 Rattata in the Hall of Fame. Never even fought in the Elite 4.
I'm surprised. Well, that was Gen 1. You didn't have to have experience share, right? Didn't you put it on a certain Pokemon in that one? Instead of the whole team getting...
Yeah, you had to put it on a certain Pokemon. It was like that for the first, like, 3 or 4 generations, I believe. But, yeah. And then when they did, I think probably Black and White was the first one where the whole team got the experience share. But, and then Gen 4 was it? That was Diamond and Pearl? Yeah, Diamond and Pearl was the first one then.
So, did you guys ever play... when I was young, I didn't even know about it. You guys know about I can't think of his name. The glitch Pokemon.
Missing Number.
Missing Number.
Yep.
Yeah, Missing Number.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gen 1?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a glitch where it's called Missing No, and it has like many different forms the way it can show up on your game. There's like a couple of them actually look like glitches. One looks like a ghost. One looks like a fossilized Aerodactyl, a fossilized Kabutops, and then I think there's like 2 more. But the L-shaped one is the one that everybody wanted to try and catch because it can be well over the level 100 cap in the game. And in order to get the Missing No Pokemon...
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But you can never use them because they always glitch.
I mean, sometimes what would happen is you catch it and then it would transform into some random Pokemon. And because it was pretty much a glitch in the game where it spits out some randomized Pokemon, but the glitch is just, it's not a Pokemon that actually exists. So when you catch it, it turns into some randomized Pokemon over level 100. But you have to be careful doing that because it can also corrupt your save file.
Yep. It could mess. But also, people usually used it for a certain purpose, like Master Balls.
Yep. What would happen is you do the old man glitch, go and find the old man in Viridian City, and you talk to him, and you have to watch the whole demonstration of how he caught Pokemon and everything. And then what you do is you fly straight to Cinnabar Island, and then you go to the east side, and then you surf, but don't go out of the ocean.
That's my question.
You have to stay right next to the island, and then just surf up and down.
Here's my question, though.
What happens? I don't know about this.
And then eventually, you'll battle a couple randomized Pokemon, but eventually you'll get the Missing No.
Oh.
And then if you defeat it, then what it would do is it duplicates the 6th item in the player's box.
So if you put your Master Ball,
It duplicates it until like
you get like 100.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you get a bunch of Master Balls.
Yeah, rare candies.
Rare candies.
That was the big one.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
And I like the rare candies.
How do people find out about this stuff?
I did it.
They're part of the.
They put the glitch in the game.
Yeah,
it
they're
was-
part of the team,
well-
and they would tell like a friend, and their friend would tell a friend. And
Yeah. Well, Missing No, it can be classified as like a question mark Pokemon is kind of the type it's considered, or it's also considered a bird type Pokemon, which is it seemed like bird type was going to be the original flying type, but then they took it out. But Missing No still exists in the game program.
let's just be legit here. It's basically an unknown, you know.
Pretty much, yeah, yep. From the second generation,
It's
yeah,
an unknown, but
Yeah.
it's like they don't belong in this gen. so.
exactly.
But here's my question though. So you said you have to talk to the guy who shows you how to capture Pokemon, but you have to do that right away in order to get by. You have to talk to the guy.
Yep, you gotta give him time to have his coffee.
Right. So then, when you talk to him, you're far away from Cinnabar Island. You don't. That's like the last place you
Yeah,
can go. How do you
that's-
go and talk to him and then fly to Cinnabar Island?
See, that's the thing is it's a glitch you can't get to unless you first of all have to have the TM fly, or the HM fly, and then you also have to have beaten Blaine, or at least have access to Cinnabar Island. So you have to be at least 7 badges into the game.
Mhm.
So therefore, you gotta wait until you get that far, and then that would be you have the Master Ball, you have your bird candies and everything, all the possibility things you could use to clone. But you would have to wait that far into the game until it's actually accessible to you.
But I didn't think once he showed you how to catch a Pokemon that he did it again.
Well, see, what happens is the Missing No it's kind of a glitch where it doesn't have a designated specific Pokemon to spit out right there in that section of the island. So what they do is it's based on the character's name. So whatever name you put into as your starter or as your player name, that will spit out which version of Missing No you will get. So everything's based off of that. So the reason why you have to go and watch the old man do that is because your player name becomes Old Man because you watch him catch the Pokemon. So therefore, your player name is thrown into some random generated system.
It's so complicated.
I know it's so complicated. I was reading about it earlier today, and so then it pretty much randomly generates it because your name is set up separately or somehow it's different, and then that allows you to have the Missing No glitch available to you. It's
I've never
really
done it.
difficult.
I know about it.
Oh,
I've
I used
never
to do
done
it all the time. I'm not gonna lie. After I'd beaten the game, of course.
Right.
Because I don't want to cheat before I beat the game. I wanted to beat the game
Too
first.
easy.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it way too easy.
Did you actually battle with Missing No ever, or did it always?
I
glitch out?
never caught it because I didn't ever want to risk the losing my save game.
You save
But
5.
you're
Yeah.
still able to duplicate your item.
Yeah. Yep. You just defeat it. You just defeat it in battle.
Oh, okay.
But you could catch it. It's just that's risky.
Yeah, it's just risky. It depends on how
How it
things
sucks.
go. Yeah, exactly. I never wanted to risk it. And then there's also there's another glitch in the first and second gens for cloning Pokemon.
I never knew when I was young how to catch Dragonite or how to get him. And then I get downloaded on my 3DS. And I got yellow.
Yeah.
And I was like, where do you? I guess you have to get a super rod and go to Safari and just keep
Yeah.
going and going.
Yeah,
and
you
then
just gotta
Dratini
get
pop up.
lucky.
And man, it takes forever to get a Dratini up to level 55.
Yeah.
The level's so much slower than everything else.
If we're in the second gen, you go to the Dragon's Cave in
I think in the second gen,
Hawthorne Town.
I think you can win him in the.
You can win him
casino.
too, but you can also catch him if you're surfing around. I know in Silver you could, when you're surfing around in that little cave right there, where you get that last badge.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Speaking of casino, that was in the first one too, right? The casino.
they had the game corner. Yeah,
I know that it was randomized, but there's always one slot machine. Always, every time you walk in, there's one slot somewhere.
Yep.
But it's
that
like
was always a winner.
jackpot, like all the
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah.
Did it change?
No, it was always the same one. I
No, it changed. It was randomized. I think every time you walk
Really?
in, yeah, there's like a certain order that it goes through, but
Right.
like it changes. So like you got to walk into the casino, and then just one slot. That's like a winner. And then
I
you-
wondered about that because when you go up to the cash prizes, you could,
Some of them are
There's some
ridiculously
Pokemon,
priced.
but they're like millions of
Yeah,
coins, right?
like Porygon. That's the only way you could have gotten Porygon.
Oh, really?
It's through the game corner. Yeah.
Did you ever get one?
I never did get it. I didn't take the time to try and play all this.
It's
It's
like
too
I'm playing a
tedious.
game through another game.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have
I wanna
gameception
play-
here.
That was good, actually. It was just talked about.
Yeah, it's funny because we
last
just
week.
talked about Inception last Friday.
That's one of my favorite movies.
I was
Sorry,
just
Paul.
going to ask you guys, when you were playing first generation, and you were actually playing the game, did you use walkthroughs? Because back then, when I was playing it, Google wasn't really like a
No,
thing
I
back
didn't
then.
have the internet.
You had to buy the magazine.
Oh,
that
yeah,
had
by
like
the
the
book.
numbers in like the grass, like here's like the
The actual
Chance that-
walkthrough booklets.
Pokemon are going to be here, and it's like a 50-page magazine on how
Mhm.
where you have to go next, and this is where you get fly and all that stuff. And I think I think the first time I played Pokemon, I actually played it through by myself.
Mhm.
And you get stuck. You get stuck for days. And
It's
you're like,
always
I don't know what I have to do next.
It's always like the Team Rocket like hideouts or something.
Yes,
that-
and I was just gonna say in the casino, you had to go up to this little poster and
Oh,
click
yeah,
on a
click on the
poster,
poster.
and a door would appear. It took me days,
Yeah.
to the point where I backtracked to different cities because I didn't know if I was in the right city.
Yeah. No, I don't. I never used a walkthrough for the first one. The second one, I didn't either the first couple times. But then by like the third or fourth time playing through it, I had it with me, so I was like, okay. The main one I really used it for was I think it was Ruby and Sapphire for the game dude, the game guru, or the game master. That was his name.
Mhm.
And that was the only one I really needed to use like walkthroughs through, because once you get so far up there, like in the last couple of levels, it gets really intricate.
For example, I think it's in the same Team Rocket hideout there, where they had all those little arrows and you get spun.
yeah. Yeah.
I think I needed one for that time.
That's
that
annoying.
was
Or on
that was annoying.
the ice cave, having to do all the ice puzzles.
Oh, dude, that's even worse.
The ice
Yeah,
puzzles.
you gotta push the boulders and stuff.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I forgot about the ice caves.
Oh
Yeah, you have one of those in every freaking to get to Legia in Gen 2.
Yep.
That's annoying.
And they make
Yeah.
it very intricate. Like you almost have to cheat to figure that out.
Or at least look, or take hours and hours sitting there trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it. I did it the first couple times without a book, but then by the third or fourth time, I was like, you know what, might as well.
It's very satisfying if you're able to figure that kind of thing out.
And I like how in Gen 2 was when they brought in breeding, and you could get Pokemon eggs
That's
and all
when you
that
got
good
it.
stuff.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Gen 2.
in Silver and
Because you had the
Gold.
baby Mag.
Yeah,
baby.
you had the Pokemon breeder or whatever he was, the daycare. The daycare.
Yeah.
And the thing with my favorite thing was if you had a Ditto, you could make a copy of any single Pokemon.
Yeah.
Except the legendaries.
I'm doing that now on my Gen 6 or Gen 7.
If you have a Ditto, you can literally make any baby
Because a
Pokemon.
Ditto will not have a gender. If you look
No.
at Ditto, it's
It'll
no
be the
gender.
opposite. It'll be the opposite of whatever Pokemon is.
As long as it gets along with that Pokemon.
Exactly.
So when doesn't it get along with Pokemon?
It's I think it's
Like the legendaries, it won't get along.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
ever. You
Yeah.
can never breed a legendary,
No.
obviously. But like, it's really random. But if you have a Pokemon that's traded to you, it's pretty much gonna be good at breeding with your Pokemon that you caught.
Mhm.
If the original trainer was someone else and you bring it to you, for some reason they're happy. You're like, I have a new trainer now. I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That doesn't make sense.
yeah,
What?
it makes sense. But it's how- and I always hated. I never got a Gengar or like an Alakazam.
I had an
In the
Alakazam.
originals, because
Yeah.
I never traded with anyone.
And that's so stupid. I was just gonna bring that up. What are the Pokemon in Gen 1 that you have to trade?
There's Alakazam.
Gengar,
Machoke?
Machoke,
Yep.
and Alakazam,
Alakazam.
or
All of your favorite Pokemon.
I think
Machamp,
those are the
Machamp really would be.
Yeah,
the
we
Machamp,
Machamp, Alakazam, and then Gengar.
Those are the three.
I think those are the only
Yeah.
three.
And
Golem.
yeah, Golem.
and the thing is,
Good job.
we'd be in the back of Mom's car playing the exact.
Yeah, you got
we
the
both-
Game
we
Link
both have,
cable.
No, like that's the thing. We never traded with each other. We should have, but we never did. And we'd both be playing the same game.
Mhm.
You know, it's like that was really dumb.
Yeah.
We didn't think of it back then.
I just don't. I think we didn't know how to do it or something.
You
Yeah.
need to have that link cable.
Yeah,
When you had the
there's
Game Boy
literally a
Colors.
whole USB.
The Game Boy Colors, yep, it was like a USB cable that hooked up to both Game Boys.
This is back when you're playing your game.
You gotta
Boy
look out the
dark.
window. You gotta look out the window for the light
I was just gonna, yeah.
We had the Game Boy Advance.
We had this plug-in.
Oh, you had
USB
the-
things
the
where the cable
SP.
came down.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
the
little
plug
thing
it into the
so
side.
Yeah, and it came down and hit, and you could see. But then the SP came out, and that was legit. It had
Yeah.
the light that go through it.
I had one of the original Game Boy Advances, one of the big like octagonal ones or trapezoidal ones.
Yeah.
I think we were playing on the color first.
Yeah, that's what I played on too.
I never
played-
actually got an Advance.
I bought my very first Game Boy Color myself and I bought Pokemon Blue was the first game I bought for it.
My favorite Game Boy Color game ever was Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors. That was the best.
That was a good game.
If you ever played it, I have it in yellow.
You guys should have a podcast on Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Sometime, actually.
We'll get them.
Gotta find the
There's
nerds
plenty
one
of
to
Dragon
do
Ball Z games.
It'd be more of an anime
I think
one.
they came out with a new Dragon Ball series. It's called some. I just saw a commercial and Vegeta used the word ass. And I was
Oh,
like,
man.
I was like, all right, let's go.
Tsunami days.
It's like GT stuff. Anyway, so let's end Gen 1 right here and talk about our favorite. We have gold, or not gold. What?
What would you rate the games in Gen 1?
I was just going to talk about that
Okay.
right now. So you got red, blue, yellow,
Yellow.
fire red, leaf green. I kind of like that they put leaf green in there though. It's kinda
Yeah,
cool.
they made
I wish they
leaf
would have put
green,
like
so,
a
like
water blue or something in there though.
yeah, like deep blue or
Yeah.
something like that.
Water blue, leaf green, fire red, water blue. I don't know.
Ocean Blue.
Well, green was originally released in Japan. It just wasn't released in the United States.
But anyway, so if you have to pick your favorite one and then rate like from worst to best.
Well, if I had to pick, I would give probably blue and red the exact same rating because they're the exact same game. They just have a couple different Pokemon in each one, and I'd probably give it about like
I think it's red that's way better because you get freaking Arcanine instead of Ninetales.
Right,
He's
right.
like heads and shoulders better than Ninetales. Even
I
though he
do,
likes,
yeah. I do agree with that, but I definitely have to say I'd probably give them both the same. I'd probably give them like an 8.5 out of 10, and then yellow. Yellow was good. I always got stuck with it. I got stuck with it for like ever because I couldn't beat Brock, the very first gym, because Pikachu.
Brock is literally the hardest gym battle
Exactly.
because like you have to go find yourself a Mankey. That's the secret.
Or
battle.
I had a Sandshrew. Or
That'll
Sandshrew.
work.
Ground type is strong against rock. So, and then, but yeah, I'd say I'd probably give yellow an 8 because it was, it wasn't as good as my favorite, but there's the blue. Blue is probably my favorite for Gen 1.
Sorry, Ray, I didn't see what you even wrote.
Oh, you didn't see it? Oh,
No.
I just
Just say it.
I'm trying not to talk as much as I do
It's
normally,
alright.
but it was the new show is called Dragon Ball Super.
Super.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that's. It's actually originating over in Japan. It's
It
about,
always does.
It's like it takes place after
Frieza,
when they
right?
became after they became God, like
Super
became
Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
and they have like the blue hair, or whatever.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Goku
Go
goes,
on.
learns to go Super
There's a
Saiyan
movie.
God.
It's Super Saiyan or Dragon Ball Z something Battle of the Gods is what
Yeah.
it is. That's when it starts. It's a movie, and the strongest person you'll ever see is in that movie. Goku doesn't even beat him. He's just
Beerus?
Lord Beerus. Actually, the guy who trained, or the blue guy who's like
Oh,
his servant,
yeah,
is actually way stronger
Yeah.
than him. But
Yep.
he's just like I
He
don't know.
doesn't really fight.
Yeah, he doesn't fight.
I can't remember his
Like
name.
Beerus, he's so strong, and he's just like a little. He's like a cat-looking thing, but he's just
Yeah.
like a little like bitch. He's like,
He was like an
I want
Egyptian
food.
cat.
I want food, and if you don't give me this food, I'm gonna destroy your planet.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, and then, and Vegeta's like, oh my gosh, it's Lord Beerus. He's doing everything he can to, like, satisfy him, and then he gets, like, whiny, I'm gonna kill your planet, and then they, like, all, like, sacrifice their power, like, in this ritual.
Give it all.
And Goku like, gets
and-
this power that only lasts for a certain amount of time, kind of like the fusion thing.
Mhm.
But, like, Goku, like, handles the power so well that, and Beerus, like, sees this, and he, like, loves it. And why he doesn't end up destroying Earth. He's like, you actually, I don't know if you knew this after they're done fighting and Goku loses. First of all, Goku loses, and he's just like smiling, laughing. He's like, why are you smiling? You're so strong. You're the strongest person I've ever fought.
Goku's always like that.
I'm just like in awe of you. You're so strong. And I was the strongest, the best I've ever fought, the strongest I've ever been, and I still couldn't keep up with you.
Right.
It
Like
was
he
a good
fights,
fight, though.
like Cell kicks Goku's ass or something, doesn't he?
Well,
In the ring?
Goku already knew that Gohan was stronger, so he's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I lost, you're stronger.
Right. Exactly. You can handle
But like
this.
Beerus, he's like, holy cow, you're so strong, I love it. It's like, you're so cool to fight with. It's like an honor to him. But anyway, like Beerus is like, well, I don't know if you knew this, but you actually lost your like god power halfway through a fight, and you're still just fighting along with me.
Oh,
And he's like, oh no, I didn't know that. You're like, good, your body handled it, and you kind of stayed that strong because that it's Goku.
Right.
And then they made a show following that up. There's like 9 different universes,
yeah.
and like another like Lord Beerus from another universe comes over, it's, like challenges Earth versus one Earth. It's pretty cool. All right, so back to Pokemon.
Yeah, sorry.
I just want to
Got sidetracked.
So you were talking about your games. You said you give the red and blue about 8, and then yellow was like a 7.
No, I'd say yellow's about a 7.5, and then I don't know, Fire Red and Leaf Green. I liked that they updated it. I thought it looked a lot better. It was a lot more sleeker, better gameplay wise. I give those probably like an 8.5, maybe 9.
8.5, maybe 9. Okay. What about you? You
I-
played Fire Red and Leaf Green, didn't you?
Yeah, I just don't remember, to be honest. I just remember, everybody remembers it first. So I remember Yellow.
Oh, you started with yellow?
Yeah, was it Yellow? I think I started with Yellow, because I remember Pikachu following me around.
I think we both started with yellow.
I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. It was like a game changer at the time, you know?
If you were a 90s baby, you
It-
played
It
Pokemon.
changed the
Definitely.
game. Just, as a kid, it was something you could do all day, every day. You didn't get sick of it, you know?
Portable.
Exactly.
It was-
Take it with you.
It was great.
Great for
Pokemon.
car trips.
Okay. So you liked yellow. Did you remember playing red or blue a lot? Really? Did you play red or blue really?
Yeah, I played them all. Like you said, they felt very redundant to me. So I don't have any comments. Like pretty much exactly what you said.
Okay. Me personally, I kind of like I ended up getting yellow for my 3DS.
Right.
You know, because I didn't really know which one to choose between red and blue. You know.
You're like, just go with yellow.
I'll just go with yellow because I can get all of them. In yellow, you can get both Ninetales and
Right.
Arcanine.
It's like a combination of both.
You
games.
get Squirtle given to you, Charmander's given to you. They're
Yep.
all given to you. But to be honest, I don't think it's as good of a game as Red and Blue.
Mm-mm.
I should have picked Red. So I'm gonna give Red like a 7.5, Blue 7. I don't know, 7, and then Yellow about the same, about like a 7, maybe 6.5.
Yeah.
There's a lot better ones to me than like Yellow. And then I got just looking at. I love Fire Red.
Yeah.
Leaf Green's pretty good too, but I like getting Arcanine
Yeah.
again, you know. And Fire Red to me is actually my favorite, if not my second favorite, because I really love Moon.
Right.
So I'm gonna give Fire Red like a 9.5. Like it's really good Fire. I love Fire Red. If I want so bad, and I want them to just they like here's red, blue, and yellow. We're gonna put them. You don't have to buy the drive or nothing. You can just buy it and download it on the 3DS. That's how I did it. I went to the marketplace and I got it. And now I can just go on my 3DS without having any game in and play yellow.
Exactly.
Well, I want them to do the same thing for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
I think they'll get there.
I think the go-to nowadays, when I used to do this in class, kids don't do this, but my buddy showed me a Game Boy emulator that you just download on your laptop, and you can get any game, you can get any Pokemon game you want, and you can even, they have, you know, in those emulators, you can hold down a button and it makes, it's like you're on a bike, you know,
Yeah, you go really fast.
you go really fast, and so I really like that.
I've played emulators before. I don't know, I didn't get the same experience from being on like my laptop than from being like on my
Yeah.
DS.
Well,
Well, I mean,
true.
they got it for
Yeah.
your phone too. You can download
Yeah,
emulators for
I
your
tried
phone.
it, but like
It doesn't work as well.
you get this big circle thing in the corner, and I'm trying
Exactly.
to.
And you got A and
not
B
the same.
over here.
Because like you can't just use your phone as a touchscreen, you know, to move and stuff.
And exactly.
It's really only an option, I think, if you're in class for a laptop, you know.
What was that right? Pokemon Company practically shut down emulators.
Really?
Oh wow.
I understand why. It's taking
Right.
all their money.
There's not much left, but yeah, they pretty much shut them all down.
I'm not
It's
surprised.
hard for me to get. Like I like to go back and play Gen 1 all the time. It's hard for me to find, like those fun hacked versions and all those
Yeah.
OG versions. Yes, Pokemon Company's pretty much shutting them down because they're losing money left and
I
right.
think I still got it on my laptop if you want it.
Well, yeah, if you still have it, then it's good. I still have a bunch on my phone. I just like to download new ones so I don't have to mess up my old saves.
Yeah, I got yelled at in genetics class one time. I didn't see her coming.
Just caught you.
Genetics, man.
Well, let's jump back. We all mentioned that Dragonite was our favorite. Let's do a top 3 favorite.
Top 3 favorite.
Oh man.
Okay.
And this is just Gen 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3.
Okay.
Gyarados. I was a big fan of Gyarados.
So that's your number 2, right? Behind Dragonite.
yeah, behind Dragonite. And then I'm not really sure, man. For my third one. I liked Alakazam.
I was just saying, I really love Gengar so much more than Alakazam. I just have a huge issue with the fact that he is a secondary poison. Because because Ghost is supposed to be
Ghost.
good against Psychic. It's like the one thing that's supposed to just combat Psychic.
But then Psychic's good against
But Psychic's
poison.
also good against poison, which really messes Gengar up.
Yep.
Like, I mean, yes, he can know like Toxic and like Sludge Bomb.
Yep,
and stuff,
all that
which are
kind of stuff.
awesome moves.
Yeah.
And poison them. Because poison's supposed to be good against Ghost.
Right.
And he's like, oh, if we give him the secondary poison,
He'll be
then
alright.
poison will be. I think give poison the effect of being good against Ghost, and let Ghost be good against Psychic, rather than the other way around.
Yep.
Psychic was like the best type in first gen, which is like makes Mewtwo even way more powerful than he is.
Yeah.
But to me, Dragonite's number 1, and then Charizard's number 2. I never actually use them much because I don't like fire as like a physical attack kind of thing. I like if you're gonna use fire,
Special
attack is what you're gonna do. Flamethrower, fire blast, all that stuff.
Yep.
But Arcanine, I love him.
Arcanine?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a pseudo. He was supposed to be on,
Right.
but they ended up making Ante instead.
Yep.
And
So that's a legendary Pokemon.
so he's a pseudo legendary Pokemon.
Yep.
If you get his Pokemon card, it'll say legendary on it. He's
Right.
that special.
I want about trading cards too. We didn't even factor that in.
Yeah,
I never
so-
really played them.
I just collected them.
I
never
collected
played them.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh over Pokemon.
I did that too.
I played both. Both games are really fun.
But I played a card game on the computer when I was younger.
My 3, Dragonite number 1. Lapras is my number 2.
Really?
I really like Lapras.
Water ice.
Well, water, ice, so it's good against Lance. Surf, with Lapras. Just like the way
His health is
Lapras
good,
looks.
too. He has a lot of
Yeah.
health.
Number 3,
Oh, never mind. I changed my third.
probably Charizard to 3.
I always pegged you as a Blastoise man. Always.
Yeah, I liked Blastoise, but like it came down to Elite 4, and he just wasn't as useful as a Charizard.
Well, you gotta give him Earthquake and Ice Beam along with his Surf
Yep.
or Hydro Pump. That's what you gotta do. Then
Yeah, I just got Hydro Pump, and I didn't really care, and I used that a lot, but it wasn't.
They
That
only
only
had
had
5.
Right.
Only have
Yeah.
5, unless used in PPO.
I just don't like Hydro Pump or Fire Blast because their accuracy is lower.
Yeah, it's
And
so
low.
low.
I cannot stand like missing a turn. If it
I do
misses,
too.
it's like it's
They can throw the whole game.
So I always use Surf. Things with 100 accuracy can also do good damage.
Exactly.
Can I do my top 3 too? I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
No,
going
no,
back.
no,
I'm
no,
going
no,
back.
no, no,
I'm gonna change out Arcanine,
Okay.
and I don't know why I even just jumped him, but it goes Dragonite, Charizard, Snorlax. Those are my.
Snorlax.
I was thinking about Snorlax. He's got a lot
Stamina's
high
incredible.
defense.
He's in Gen 1. He was like one of the best Pokemon there was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Gyarados because electric. I mean, water flying just destroys him.
Yeah.
And he's also, like I said, water is more of a special attack kind of
Rather than
type.
physical
And
attack.
he's a physical attacker, so you need like.
I mean, unless you teach him like Ice Beam and Hyper Beam.
Yeah, but those aren't stabs. Like you need
Yeah,
water
I know.
moves or flying moves. So you need like a water aqua tail. That's what you want. That's pretty much his
Something
go-to
like that, yeah.
move.
Or like a Dragon move. Dragon Rage.
Right, and then he only knows Dragon Breath, I think, or Dragon Rage maybe too. The Dragon Rage only takes out 40 HP no matter what,
Right.
which is good if you have a level 1 Pokemon.
Right, exactly.
but yeah, I don't know. You were saying something.
What are your 3, Ray?
Go ahead.
Number 1, Scyther.
Scyther,
Yeah,
yeah.
Scyther.
Good X
Yeah.
Factor.
Number 2 is actually Vulpix. I prefer Vulpix over. And I don't like Ninetales. I prefer Vulpix. And then number 3 is probably Gengar. I like that. I was watching
Gengar's
those
like
three.
my fourth.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean,
I always traded to get Gengar.
The thing is, yeah, I never got Gengar in Gen 1 because I never traded. So I like the way he looked. He's
Yeah.
one of the best looking Pokemon, you know.
well,
I
I
should see
did.
his Mega version. That's sweet.
I did some
Does it
fucking
got
when I
like
was a
4
kid.
or 5 eyes? or
Creepy
some
looking.
shit like that?
He's got like 4 legs, and then he's got like this big red eyeball. and yeah, he's got normal eyes, and he's smiling, and then he's
Yeah.
got this big red, like almost like he's I live in India. That's a big red eyeball on top. But like he's purple, but like then the lower you get to his body. Ray, you're TD, man. You can totally bring this up.
Mega.
Mega Gengar.
Yeah, I've been pulling stuff
The
up as
lower
we've been
you
going.
go on his body, it like starts turning pink from purple to pink. Huh. Pretty cool looking.
Gengar was one of the first big Pokemon I got in Pokemon Go. The first one I actually dedicated myself.
Oh yeah, they had a Halloween special or something, and
Oh, I just did it
They're all
because
over the
the only
place.
reason I caught him was because I was always out at 4 o'clock in the morning because I did work. So that's how I'd be out driving at night or in the morning.
Yep.
That's where that's
I
where
caught my
most
Dragonite at Mississippi.
I don't have a Dragonite yet.
I got 2.
we'll get to go later.
I'm waiting for him to bring out trainer battles and trains.
I'm done. That game starts breaking on me, and I'm done. I love what they
It's
did
all
with the
glitchy
game.
now.
I wish they would have did it like last year,
Right?
because that's when I was so hard into the game.
Everyone knows.
Let's
Just
go.
came out.
I know. Let's go to Gen 2.
Gen
now.
2.
Yeah,
Gen
let
2.
Ray find the Mega, Gengar.
So
We'll
everyone
start
can see
talking
it.
about Gen 2.
Honestly, I won't be much a part of this discussion because I don't really remember anything about Gen 2. I kind of got out of Pokemon after Gen 1, and I was in college for a little bit there, I think, when Gen 2 might have come out.
No.
No, Gen 2 came out in
No,
2000.
Gen 3
Oh.
came out, and I was not even in high school yet. Remember Zach Cole?
Because then,
Yeah.
Kid I was over-
Yeah, I
Gen
remember
3
he played
came
a lot.
out.
Well, the thing was like all those unknowns, and I was just not into it.
that's if you dove too much into the unknown situation. There were things you could do with the unknowns and all that.
I didn't like
But
just the
I
new
didn't do
Pokemon,
either.
you know.
And if you have like a whole party of unknowns or something, you can make like a.
You get something special, or I don't remember how it worked out.
Seems like a really strong Pokemon or something.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Was
Um,
Gold and Silver Gen 2, or is that Gen 3?
Gold and
That's Gen
silver is 2.
If you look right there, gold, silver, crystal, or
And then-
yep.
But
Snapchat.
Silver's my favorite so far out of all the Pokemon games besides Moon.
I don't know what I did.
Look, it's transparent. I don't know how I did that.
It's probably the picture that you took off the internet.
You think that's what it was? Okay, because I was like, I don't know how I did it. That's so cool.
But you can Ray.
Is he right here? Right here above my head?
Yeah, I was like, right.
Like right here?
Say
Oh, he took him off here at 20 again.
if you could pull up the feed itself.
Oh, you want me to pull up the feed on this instead?
Ash wants to know who's sexy cars in my driveway.
Who's sexy cars in the drive?
This guy's.
Do you want me to pull up the feed on this instead of the
Yeah,
outline?
and you have YouTube up.
Yeah, I can pull YouTube up. It's not a big deal.
I want to thank Bryant for having me again. I just beat him in fantasy this week, so I didn't think this was going to be a possibility.
I was supposed to kick your ass, but Le'Veon Bell was like,
Yep.
Le'Veon Bell.
You win some and you lose some.
Oh yeah, also we're gonna have to change our name, Game Frenzy. I was looked up Game Frenzy on YouTube. There's a whole page dedicated to
So
it. There's gonna call it Film Frenzy Game Edition after this.
Nice.
So we're kind of pretty much just gonna.
we're kind of just waiting for Ray to pull up our live feed right now.
Silver
If
was
he
my
can
favorite.
type. If he could freaking type.
Right.
I played silver over gold myself.
I did too.
You liked Ho-Oh a lot.
I like Lugia. I was a
Yeah.
Lugia fan.
I always
That's
called
because
him.
I-
I always called him Lugia.
It's Lugia.
It doesn't matter.
I don't like the
I
way
mean-
it sounds. It sounds like Lugia. Like
Yeah, it's supposed to sound like a hawk and a Lugia.
See, that's
Lugia.
how stupid it
But-
sounds. That's exactly why I like
but,
Ho-Oh better. I don't like the sound of his
The
name.
reason.
Ho-Oh.
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 Oh.
Oh, I hated that.
No, see, I was a fan of Lugia because of Pokemon 2000. That's my favorite Pokemon movie. I still have it on VHS. I make my kids watch it.
Okay, yeah. See, now you got the things up on the screen that you
It's
can
like-
see what.
Oh, cool. Cyndaquil.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That's Gen 2?
Yeah, that's Gen 2.
Oh, yeah, I played
Yeah.
Gen 2.
Yeah.
Best Pokemon
And,
ever. is
his
one all the
favorite
way to-
Pokemon of all time is Cyndaquil on the right. That's who he likes. He doesn't even want
Not
to.
even the evolution? Just
See,
Cyndaquil?
Just
Why?
Cyndaquil.
He's just adorable.
And then that's Mega Gengar.
Yep, that's Mega Gengar. I thought it was red. It was yellow, I guess.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he looks cool. He's
I like that transparency. It looks so cool.
See, I was always a fan of. I always got Totodile.
Yeah, me
Honestly,
too.
when I started Gen 2, the first couple times I played it, I went through grabbed Totodile and then I got the Feraligatr in the end.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. Did you know Pokemon Company came out and said what the best starter was?
I didn't know. What did
They
they say?
said as long as you picked up Squirtle or
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, you're alright. Don't start off with Charmander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell you
said
start
that
with Bulbasaur.
because you got to start off with Brock and all these Pokemon, you know, like rock types and Charmanders and
Charmanders, yeah.
And they're like, you'll end up finding Pokemon you need later on anyway.
No, you gotta find it sooner than that.
Yeah. So like, they're like, so don't start off with Charmander. Start off with.
I always start off.
I think they were just trying to sway people from stopping to pick Charmander all the time.
Right. They don't want. Somebody's got to get some love besides Charmander. You know what I mean?
Right. So I think that's what they're kind of doing.
I don't think anyone ever picked Bulbasaur. I never picked Bulbasaur.
You know what?
I
Now
did.
though, with the Mega Evolve, I really love Bulbasaur.
Really?
Because he has abilities thick that which makes it so fire and ice moves are weakened.
Don't do as much
Those are
damage.
both super effective against it.
Yep, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, that's a great ability. Mega Charizard Y's ability is pretty awesome. It's Drought. It causes the sun. It's a free sunny day move right there.
See,
I hate Blastoise's special ability for Mega.
really?
Yeah, pulse moves do extra damage, so like the only move that'll help would be what's the one? Water pulse.
Yeah, yep.
That's like the only one. That's pretty bad. I just stick to I just stick to the regular Blastoise and I use leftovers on him with Rain Dish and I let it rain and we'll get the double heal. And I use Iron Defense and he just sits there and heals and takes the damage. But yeah, I just wanted to point out what my company says to
And then
start off with them.
when I played Silver through the first time, I went to the Totodile, of course, and then I got him all the way to level 100. Then I learned about the cloning glitch, and and then so what I did was I went and I did the box change method of it, where it is what you do is you deposit your Pokemon in your box, and then you go and change your box or after you deposit your Pokemon, and while it's in the middle of saving, it says do not turn off or do not interrupt or whatever. Well, while it's doing that, you want to shut it off and then turn it back on, because what it does is what happens is when you go to save your game that way, it saves your box party information first, and then it saves your Pokemon party information. So if you gotta cut it off in the middle between the saves. So then you'll have your one is still in your party, and you'll have one in your box. I had a team of 6 level 100 Feraligatrs.
Jeez. Wait, when they cloned, weren't they the same level as when you cloned them?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Did you figure out how you find the background there?
All I do is just type image and type transparent.
That's pretty
So
easy.
you use that though, because that's kind of a bad spot.
You think so? It's covering your Dr. Pepper with it.
Oh.
That's why I
It's
did
still
it.
just in the middle. It looks weird.
I can move it. That's fine.
Let's put it above
Frenzy.
Flash Vader.
All right.
Flash Raider.
Yeah.
Let's make it a little
Or
smaller.
Darth Flash. Either
Let's
way.
cover TJ. How about
Dark
this?
Flash.
Let's cover TJ's face here.
All I do
Oh yeah,
is-
cover my face.
Yeah, it's popping.
It'll make it look better.
Yeah, you'll see. I'm gonna move it first.
All I do is push somebody and run away.
Man, I don't like
Yeah,
that. I don't like
That annoyed me so bad.
Same
I'm
here.
not talking about that anymore. But that annoyed me. Who's pushing people right away? He's probably the most OP guy in that entire team.
Yep.
Which annoys me. I'm sorry.
Flash.
I'm a Flash fanatic. I'm
I
sorry.
love Flash. Seriously.
Thanks, Brian. Get my first tattoo because
Alright,
of you.
so yeah, I love that they brought back Lance.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what did you just like? Oh, I'm gonna go for the Johto now since I'm not.
Well,
since I'm
technically-
not the.
Okay, so when you beat Johto and you beat the Elite Four and everything,
You put it right in front of your face.
but yeah, so when you beat Johto, Johto is technically just to the west of the Kanto region. So when you beat Johto and you beat the Elite Four, you can go back to your hometown and surf on that little patch of water right there in the beginning, and you'll go into the Kanto region, and you can go beat all the Kanto gyms as well. You can get all the 8 gyms. You can get all.
You can.
Yeah, you can go back.
Yeah,
and
I've done that
You
before.
can beat all the Kanto gyms, and then go back and beat the Elite Four with all 16 badges.
I don't remember that at all. Really? I remember
They-
that.
They did it that way specifically because they made Gen 1 a really small game because anytime they tried to expand it, that would like corrupt and they couldn't figure it out, so they made Gen 2 just a really big game.
Yep.
To make up for all the messed up promises from the first one.
Man,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I didn't know.
Kinda-
To go back and play Gen 2, it's so fun.
I really.
I bought a Nintendo,
I'll buy you Heart Gold.
I bought an original Nintendo
But
DS.
it's not for 3DS.
Just-
I want-
You can play the 3DS, yeah. It's a DS game. You can play it.
Yeah.
I have it. You can do it. Yeah.
on the 3DS.
Yeah.
Heart Gold and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a DS game.
Oh, it's a problem. It's fine.
All right, I want it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it bad.
I say I bought a DS just for Soul
Yeah, but I
Silver,
thought.
you know,
Okay, I thought the DS. Oh, okay, yeah, the DS is when they first started coming out. The small.
Yep,
Okay.
the original DS.
All right, Heart Gold and
Soul
I,
Silver.
so which one do you have? The gold or silver?
I have gold, so I'll get you silver. So you
I had
can
Soul
get
Silver.
your pony. Lugia.
Was there
That
somebody?
was the one that came with the Pokewalker.
Mhm.
When they came out with Soul Silver in Heart Gold. The little tiny Pokeball that it's like a pedometer,
Yep. Okay.
and you can also catch little tiny. You can catch like baby Pokemon on that. Like some of them you can only find on the Pokewalker, and you transport them back to your Soul Silver game, and then you can you take them and put them in your party and raise them like that. And everything.
What happened to all that creativity, man?
Just like
I mean, Moon was good, but they didn't really have much creativity like that in them.
right, and just
So
like
right now, ideas.
in Soul Silver, you could also go to the Safari Park, and you could import all your Pokemon from like Ruby and Sapphire.
Did they add another dragon type in the second gen?
Kingdra.
Kingdra, but
Yep.
just
Well,
Kingdra.
I think that was it.
They did more dragons, I believe. Well, they added Kingdra just so they could, because they wanted to make Gyarados Gyarados was just supposed to be a water dragon, but there was going to be nothing that was effective against him, so they switched it to flying.
Yep.
So Kingdra, they was like, we have to add our water dragon because we need.
Dragon would have been a Dragonite would have been super effective against him.
Yeah, but that's it. Just dragons, like we said.
Yeah. Because ice is just normal effective.
Mhm.
And
Both
I
that
do-
water, yeah.
Kingdra is the second best type wise
Mhm.
dragon Pokemon behind I think it's Dialga, who's a steel. I think it's Dialga, who's a steel dragon,
I think so, yeah.
and that's because that's good against fairy.
And Kingdra, the only way you could get a Kingdra was through trading a Seedra with King's Rock.
Hmm.
That was the only way you could get through Kingdra.
It's basically like a for,
It's like a Sizor. You know,
no, you're wrong.
Are you sure?
Yep, it's Dragon Scale.
Dragon Scale. I
King's
thought-
Rocks for Slow King.
Oh, Slow King, yep.
Yep.
And then
Who sucks?
the Metal Coats for Sizor. Or Onyx.
or Steelix. Steelix came in the second one. Remember him?
Yep.
Yeah. He's pretty awesome. His defense was the highest in like the first
Yeah.
3 gens.
I
So
think
once
so.
you beat Silver or Gold, the Elite Four, did somebody tell you, hey, go back home to, what was the hometown called?
I don't think they actually told you. I think I went back and I was like, oh, there's a body of water here.
And you
Let's
just
surf on it.
swam? Yeah.
I was like, let's surf on it.
So
I did
and
the
this,
same thing, and then it takes you in the
There's
map
a little
changes.
cave. You gotta go through a little cave. You gotta do a little cave battle.
you don't face the Elite Four in the Kanto, do you?
Yeah.
You do?
I think so. I think it's the same.
Who's the,
Elite
champ?
Four.
Who's the champion?
Is it Mewtwo
I
in
think
that
it's the same
cave?
Elite Four. No. That's in the
champions.
Gen 1.
The champion's red.
Through
when you go back.
you gotta go to the cave outside Cerulean City.
What?
You too.
The champion's red when you go back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And you gotta fight Red.
Because I remember, last time I remember you faced Red, it was you're going to catch like Mewtwo or something,
Mhm.
and before you find Mewtwo, the Red you have to face Red. What
Yeah.
is that?
When you face red.
Yeah.
That's in Gen 3, I think. I think that was in Holland.
No, that wasn't Gen 3.
No, there was a no. He's
I
right.
think
There's
I
a-
think that's Gen 2.
I think you battle him after you battle him again after you beat him. He's like, I use my best Pokemon to then you have to battle him again with his like 100.
Yeah.
level.
Either you get Mewtwo first and then you find Red and fight him, or you fight Red.
I think you
And
can
then you-
find. Yeah, I think you find Red and then fight. Then you can try and find Mewtwo. Because I think you see him in the Cerulean Cave because you're going back through Kanto.
Okay.
So you can go. But I think that cave is originally blocked off.
Right, just like in the first one.
Yeah.
Only strong Pokemon are here. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're going back, my question was when you're going back through Johto
Mhm.
and you go
Through the
Elite-
Kanto region.
or Kanto, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you face Red in the Elite Four?
I think
Or-
yeah.
or
I
the
think
champion?
he is the champion, and then I think you have the original Elite Four. As well.
My question is, technically Lance was one of the Elite Four,
Lance was the champion.
but
I think you.
well, you beat Lance. And he was the 4th guy.
No, I think that Red is in, because if I remember correctly, when you're walking up the road to go to the Elite Four, you can, when you walk into the building, you can go to the right or to the left, and they won't let you go one way until after you beat the Elite Four the second time, and that's the road to get to Red and Mewtwo, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then Lance is the Elite Four champion both times.
Oh, so
If
so
I
Lance is
remember
the champion for Johto and Kanto.
I think so, yes.
What a beast. No, who is your favorite champion anyway? I know mine.
On the
I
Elite
love.
Four?
Yeah, no, any of the games, all the champions.
Wally.
Oh, I don't know the champion.
He's not a champion.
In 3, yeah, he is. Gen 3's champion.
Yep, Wally is.
Yeah.
He has a he has a Metagross.
No, that's not Wally.
Are you sure it's not Wally?
That's Steven.
Oh yeah, Steven.
Oh,
Steven's my
Steven.
favorite.
Right, there you
Yes,
go. Right,
Steven.
wrong one.
Isn't Wally the kid?
Yeah, Wally's the kid. I messed up. Yeah, that's my fault.
Steven comes back and he
Yeah.
helps out with all the world crises all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven's
He's
my
just
favorite.
like the best, dude. I mean, people love Lance because he's a dragon master, but Steven is like a genius.
Steven's dude. Steven's probably the best.
He's my favorite.
He's probably without a doubt the most underrated. And I sound super
He's
nerd
a
here.
skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm-
He's a steel trainer, a big steel
And
trainer.
his shiny Metagross, that's what he got. He has a shiny Metagross as his Pokemon. You know,
Mhm.
like Lance has a Dragonite for his big bad, you know. And
Yep.
Shiny Metagross.
Man, Lance has like 3 Dragonites.
He has 2 and then like a Dragonair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Actually,
two
no,
Dragonair.
he has 2 Dragonair and a Dragonite when you're battling him. But I don't know about.
I like his Aerodactyl better than I think Aerodactyl should be his big bad.
Dude, Aerodactyl sucks.
But he's so awesome. He's
He's
part rock.
cool, but he sucks so bad.
He's part rock, so electric doesn't really damage him.
It's just normal effect.
I know. Is that because he's got that rock?
But I mean, like,
That's why I like him.
Right.
there's still a lot of stuff that damage him.
I mean, he's almost my number 3 favorite in Gen 1.
He's cool, but he just sucks. I would not have him in my party just because.
Oh, I do. I love that drag. I love that, especially because he has ancient power.
He's still
so
my
he's so
favorite.
fast.
He's still Gen 1 wise. He's still the best. Like of the fossil Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got Kabutops,
Mhm.
and then you got
Omanite.
Ammonite.
and
Mhm.
Omastar.
Omanite's probably the
So you got Kabuto and the Kabutops.
Yeah.
And you got
Kucho Kubuto.
Omanite and Omastar.
Yep. And then
They're both water rocks.
Isn't there a 4th one? I feel sure there's a 4th one. No,
And
No.
then,
there's
then
three.
you got Aerodactyl.
No,
Okay.
then there's Aerodactyl.
Okay.
And then on the second gen, I don't even know. I don't
Man,
know if you remember them.
I don't remember the second gen. But I know the legendaries. You obviously are Entei, Raccoon, Suicune.
Dude, I love the legendary. I like the legendary birds more than the legendary dogs. But the legendary dogs are so much better because you don't have to worry about that stupid flying type.
Raikou is my favorite.
I like Dante.
Entei. Yeah, Entei.
Because Pokemon 3rd.
The movie.
Actually, I might say I think I might say Suicune instead. Just because
Really?
Suicune is just so
He's
so
cool
dope.
looking.
He's the
That's
coolest
what-
looking. He's the dopest looking one.
Yeah, there's Pokemon Crystal.
Mhm.
Like that's
That was the first
exactly.
one.
It's kind of like the blue
That was the first one you could be a
Like-
girl.
peacock tail almost. You know?
Yeah, you know, he's almost like Articuno, but you know, in dog form. But Ante was so cool in the 3rd.
Yeah, in the movie.
And my thing is, it's dumb because he wasn't even. That wasn't even really Ante. That was just a figment of her imagination.
Right. It was all the unknown.
Yeah, well, the unknowns were the bad thing. Didn't she have like a power or something?
Or
I
was it
know,
psychic
I
girl?
remember.
There was
Something
like a
like that.
psychic girl, and like she could speak to Ante, and Ante could speak. And then like he was like trying to fight against that big force wall that the unknowns had that
Yeah.
they were spinning. And then like those two had that conversation, and then he finally broke through the wall.
That was the one after Pokemon 2000.
yeah,
With Lugia
Well,
and
that was-
Slowking.
the second gen.
And the 3 legendary birds.
Yeah, I love Pokemon 2000. There's Pokemon the movie, Pokemon 2000, and you have Pokemon the 3rd movie. It was Ante.
Yeah.
The thing is, they never. What?
Just how you keep talking about them. I'm gonna pop them.
My thing is, you see. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say Lugia.
Lugia.
I'm just gonna say Lugia because that's how I
Lugia.
always called him Lugia. That's how I keep calling him that. So you see him in a movie. I think he's the one who invented the 3 legendary birds.
Technically, yes.
He made them. He's like their master, kinda. And then you got Ho, who makes 3 legendary dogs. But like you don't see him. There's no movie on Ho. I mean, you'll
Not
see
really.
him flying in the sky in the first
In the very first episode, that's it.
Is that it?
That's
I
really
thought
it.
there was
I don't-
another episode where it might have shown him, but
Not to my recollection. And I've seen all the Pokemon TV show up until he goes to the Orange Islands. So
he actually wins that league.
I know he does.
It's the only one
But,
he ever
but they
freaking
didn't.
wins.
They didn't have it on Netflix. They had like the first.
Don't you hate
half of
though how like Ash is like the main trainer and he goes to the league and
Yeah,
always
he makes
ends up
it.
losing.
He makes it
Always.
to the final 16 or 8.
The first season he like loses in like the third round.
Yeah.
Like 2 more rounds. The guy who beats him is
Richie.
the one who ends up winning it all. I think. Some kid, young kid.
Richie.
Yeah. But then the next gen comes out. Oh, he beats
The
he
JoJo
beats-
Adventures.
He beats Gary though.
Yeah.
That he had like 3 Pokemon to Gary's. He gets Gary down to his Blastoise, and he has like 3 Pokemon left. And Blastoise takes down those 2 Pokemon, and Blastoise versus Charizard. Oh no, who's gonna win? Well, Charizard actually wins.
Charizard. Seismic Toss.
But that freaking Blastoise that Gary has is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just does his rapid spin all the time. Like everything he does is like rapid spin, and then that does it.
Yeah.
It's like you have such a bitch strategy.
Yeah.
Just spam the same move. It's like when you're playing like Mortal Kombat or something. Someone's playing the same
The
move.
Liu Kang where you just do that like.
The bicycle kick,
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Oh, they're the 3 legendary dogs.
Yeah, and looking at him, I think the Suicune is by far the coolest. Look at him.
Yeah.
But then you also forgetting though the other legendary in the second game. Celebi.
Celebi.
That's grass psychic, no?
Yep.
Celebi's cool. There's just not a lot on Celebi. There was a movie on Celebi.
Yeah, there was the movie. That's really all you really learn about her. And there's a special way you could get her too. I don't know though. I never played it or I never figured it out. But I know it has just something to do with the forest. And there's that little shrine you gotta go to.
Same way with Mew, you can only get Mew at like certain like events.
Right.
Mew is so special. Is Mew even like better than Mewtwo in the games?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I never had a Mew, but I was
You learn every single move that there is. Like, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want Mew to know a move, then Mew will know a move. But stats wise, I don't know.
Give Mewtwo and it'll ditto. Make
I
me
was gonna. I definitely have my. I don't know a lot about the dragons legendaries, but I mean they're.
I don't really either.
But I was going to ask you, what do you think is the most deadly? And I'm not talking about battle wise, just like when it comes to like power.
Mhm.
Deadly, legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Is this going through all of them?
All of them. You wouldn't really know all the
You want me to be honest with you? And I have to say my Lunala. It's probably been my strongest legendary opinion.
Well, I love because
But-
the typing wise, yes.
but-
Ghost Psychic is awesome, but I mean like you gotta go like
But
The way they
thinking
are.
about it, probably I don't know. I want to say Lugia. I really do.
what's the strongest one.
In my mind, I
I feel
think,
like
but-
Mewtwo would beat Mewtwo.
But Mewtwo is a very strong contender.
But I wasn't even gonna pick Mewtwo. You want
Mewtwo is considered a legendary Pokemon,
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
Even
though
though
it's
it's
based on rareness, or because
No,
he was
there's only
made
one.
by
You can only
humans.
catch him one time.
right. Team Rocket made him,
Yeah.
no? Yeah.
Giovanni did.
Yeah, Giovanni.
Yeah, Giovanni and Team Rocket created Mewtwo
Because
they're
they
trying to make
found Mew's eyelash.
Yeah.
And they took
The
yeah,
DNA.
that's how you do it. See the background there?
That's Lugia,
Well, it didn't work.
right?
It didn't
Yeah,
work
that's
for this
Lugia.
one for the transparency,
No, it
which is
didn't
fine.
work.
I was
But
watching
anyway, so yeah, you get then they took the DNA and they made Mewtwo. That didn't really look much like Mew at all.
Yeah, and
What
there was
type
a
is
battle
Lugia?
Lugia is
It's
a
water psychic.
fly- Yes. No.
Water
No,
psychic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Water psychic.
Who
He's
can
got
fly
a fly. They don't count.
He does fly, but he's not flying type.
Actually, you might be right in video games. We
Flying.
can look this up right now.
I'll look it up. Don't worry.
Flying.
You guys can go.
Water. It's
Flying
water.
psychic.
No, it's water something I think.
Flying water.
Or maybe it's flying psychic. It's flying something.
I think
You're
it
right.
is.
It's water. I'll look it up.
I think it's flying.
He
Psychic.
knows water moves, but I don't think he is a water type. I think that's what it is. I think
Right.
he's flying psychic. I think you're right.
Now, do you want it what he is now or in Gen 2?
In
'Cause you
Gen
may have
2.
checked.
Okay, Gen 2, sure. Probably water something, because Ho-Oh's fire with flying.
Yeah. And then the way you got Ho-Oh was you had to go to the top of
No,
it.
you got he's psychic flying. You guys are right.
He is flying
I was
psychic.
incorrect. Yeah.
But
I just remember he can know like hydro pump and all surf
Yep,
and all that
yep,
stuff. So I was
but
like,
he's not a water
he's
thing.
not a water type. But he's like he sleeps down in the oceans because one flap from his wing will decimate cities.
Yep.
Just one flap and then the cities just.
I'm trying to remember where you found him, and I think you had to go to the Seafoam Islands in the Kanto region.
Yeah, you had to go
in
to the
Johto,
islands.
in Johto, in order to find
Yeah,
it.
and you go through all those annoying.
And
puzzles
then
stuff.
and then to get to Ho-Oh,
He's
you
just
had
in a
to,
cave.
yeah, he's all the way at, like the bank of one of the caves,
Mhm.
and then Ho-Oh is all the way at the top of the tower at that with all the Bellsprout Tower to the top of Bellsprout Tower.
Didn't you go there and it said, "Oh, it used to be here a long time
Yeah,
ago," and
yeah.
now it's
That's
not.
in silver. If it's in gold, when you beat the game or beat the Elite Four, I think the second time you go back and he's up there.
Oh, you have to beat him again.
Yeah,
Okay.
after you beat him the Kanto time too.
Right.
After you have all 16 badges.
Nice.
So you can only get Ho-Oh if you have all 16 badges.
I believe so.
Going back
Don't
to
quote me on it though.
Going back to my question, and I'm talking about all legendaries. Alex, I think he knows up to maybe 3 gens or 2 gens. So he'll know like what we're talking about for like Lugia and all these guys,
Mhm.
but he doesn't know like Xerneas and Yveltal and Kyogre, Groudon.
See, I was
Oh,
a
I
big
know
fan.
Kyogre just based on the Pokemon pinball game.
Okay,
That's
Oh, you
Kyogre.
probably played
He's
Ruby
like-
and Sapphire
he's
pinball.
basically Poseidon,
Yeah.
and then Groudon is basically Poseidon of land.
Ah.
Yeah, pretty much. One, Groudon created the land and Kyogre created the sea,
Which
and they clash all the time.
Groudon is the. Does he have like red?
Yes,
Yeah, he's like a red
Yes.
dragon, big red dragon.
Yeah.
and then Rayquaza would beat the heck out of both of them.
Rayquaza
Rayquaza's
is my
Zeus.
favorite.
He'd be the
He's
That's-
there to contain them.
Right,
If
that's
they ever
getting
get-
into-
Rayquaza look like?
Groudon
He's
would
a
be
big
like
green-
Harry.
Show a picture of Rayquaza.
He's a big green
cool.
flying dragon. He's a steel dragon.
No, he's a dragon flying.
Dragon flying?
Yes. Only steel dragon would be Dialga.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You would think he would be a steel flying.
That's Ho.
That's Ho-Oh right there.
Yep.
yeah.
Ho-Oh.
He's fire flying.
You want Rayquaza?
But my question was like, who's the most like deadly?
If you want to go that way,
legendary?
there's also, there's the 3 Reggies from
Regirock and all
Regirock,
that.
Regice, and whatever the third Registeel. And then I had
You
all
have
3
Thundurus and stuff like that too. Thundurus.
from Hoenn, from
think-
Ruby and Sapphire.
I think that's where they're from. They're like the cloud guys, and one's flying, one's ground flying, one's
I don't remember those.
um.
You had Latias and Latios. Those
yeah,
were the other
those-
2.
Those are dragon psychics.
Yep.
That's an interesting type.
I had all the legendaries when I was playing Ruby. I played it so many times. I
I
had Sapphire. I had Sapphire, which was the one I had.
We'll talk about Gen 3 here soon. But I asked like, who's your favorite? The deadly. I think the deadliest legendary is this guy,
That one?
Yveltal. Why? Because he literally kills. He takes life to live. He has this big beam, and like you'll see it go through the forest, and the forests are like turning black. And,
Oh, really?
Like yeah, like he
Wow.
takes like if a person or a Pokemon goes in that beam, they literally just go to dust.
Wow.
Wow.
I've
Like
never seen that.
he's a dark flying. He has this.
Which one's that?
That's
Why?
why.
I never
He
played
has,
that.
he has a freaking awesome move where pretty much it's that beam, whatever it's called, but it's like a mega Giga Drain. That's Rayquaza.
Yeah, never seen Rayquaza before.
I might get him tattooed.
Very
He was banned from events. Him and Mega Salamence.
They're too
because-
OP.
Yeah, 2 OP because Mega Salamence was 2 OP, and he was just way OP because if you didn't even need a Mega Stone for him to go Mega Evolve.
Right.
So you give him if he had the orb or meteorite, that's what it was. If he had the meteorite, he can just Mega Evolve at will, and then you can still give him that item. Because you needed to use a Mega Stone for a Pokemon
For all
to
the
Mega
other
Evolve.
ones, yeah. Then that's the
That's
only one
the item right there, the Mega Stone. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't need the item, so you just have the meteorite and he Mega Evolves and you can give him another item.
That's like with the Z
So, like-
stones in the new one.
Yeah, the Z moves. So
Yeah.
you can have a Mega Pokemon who knows a Z move. Think about that.
That'd be ridiculous. That's just too overpowered.
Yeah, you can do that in New with him because as long as he knows the what's the move that's just for him. It's the flying move.
I don't remember.
But there's a move that he knows, and if you teach it to him, he'll just Mega Evolve,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can give him like a Z move and use that Z move for that one move,
Exactly.
and it's gonna be like
And you know it's gonna do a decent ton of
dude,
ton of
Z
damage.
moves are like a new thing in Moon and Sun, where like you pick a move out of that you have in your list,
Mhm.
and they have to be like the right type. But if you have that move, you can give him the Z crystal. It's called like a Dragonium Z, you say. And if they have, so he has a dragon outrage. My dragon I have outrage, and I'll give him a Dragonium Z. Outrage does 120 damage with 100 accuracy. I mean, it'll go for 3 turns, and it'll confuse your Dragonite or whatever you're using.
Mhm.
Right. But if I use a Dragonium Z and I click on the outrage, it'll be like 210 damage with Salamence. He's cool.
Oh, wow.
He's basically the Gen 3 version of Dragonite.
Yep.
But
pretty
he can Mega Evolve.
much.
He has less attack than Dragonite does, but he's a little faster. So
Yeah.
you really pick poison. But his ability, man, they're both so good, both so close. Like I have Dragonite just because I like him more.
Mhm.
Not that he's better, but his ability versus Dragonite's ability. Dragonite's is multi-scale, so if his health is full, whatever move that they do to him will be
Doesn't do
half.
as much damage.
Oh, cool. So like, say there's a move that's gonna destroy him, and they use it, and his health is full. It's gonna like half the damage, and he won't die. So he's a tank. His is Intimidate, and it lowers their attack stat in general.
Mhm.
So like, if you switch him in and you switch him out, every time he goes in, he'll use like that Intimidate ability will take effect. So you can switch him in, and then make their attacker down. Switch him out, put someone with good defense in there or something, and then put him back in, and then use Intimidate again and drop their attack even lower.
Yeah.
So, but then with the Dragonite, what I do is there's a move called Roost. All it does is heal.
Yep. Does a healer move.
So like Dragonite, I'll use Dragon Dance. It's a good if he's not fast enough, I'll use Dragon Dance, which will improve his speed and attack.
Yep.
So I'll use Dragon Dance, let him hit me, get myself faster mainly. The attack bonus.
You want
is
the
just a
speed.
bonus,
You
but
want
that speed
You want
bonus
that
is what I
first.
want.
That first move.
Right, I want to go first. So I use Dragon Dance, and then they'll probably hit me first, and then I'll use Roost, and then my health full, and then boom, there go the multi-scale is back in effect.
Right.
So then I'll probably go first the next turn. So that's why Dragon Dance and Roost is a good combination.
Nice.
And then I'll use Outrage, or
Right.
I have Fire Punch as my other one because steel types
Right.
are pesky.
So, did you know? Have you ever heard of Pokérus? Do you know what Pokérus is?
Mhm.
It's
Pokérus?
a Pokérus. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a virus that your Pokemon gets, which causes it to gain experience faster, and it makes it pretty much speed level.
You want
And it's highly contagious. So if you have one Pokemon in your party that has it, it can spread to your whole party. So
It's a
they
good
all gain. It's a very good thing. Like I had Soul Silver and I had an Alakazam that, it was an Abra that had Pokérus.
You know Trey, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so he pretty much was my main Pokemon that I used, besides my Ampharos for some reason.
Oh, dude, I need one so bad.
Dude, my Ampharos is hardcore.
Mega Ampharos is Electric Dragon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, like what I was just like, you're talking about Pokérus. This has to do with what you're talking about.
Yep.
So my Dragon, I got my Pokemon, my Dragonite, my Blastoise, my Charizard.
Yeah.
I got an Alakazam, a Gyarados, a Blissey. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that Blissey I have.
Yep. Blissies are.
Chansey's evolution.
Yeah, I know Blissey.
It's
from Pokemon Go.
Okay, yeah. So like I got those
Mhm.
from Trey, a hacked version Pokemon.
Yeah.
They all have Pokérus, and they're all just like their IVs are all just best
It's
and
ridiculous.
everything.
It's
They're all
ridiculous,
good, and they all
yeah.
come with Pokérus, and I have a great team.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you my Game Boy when we're done here.
All right.
But yeah, Gen 2 is good. Dre, get on that because a Heart Gold or a Heart Silver or Heart Gold or Soul Silver.
Yeah.
I would like to play them again on my 3DS. That. Yes. I would go get a Dragonite hard in that. Or I don't know if I could Pokebank my current one at level 100, but I have a bunch of Dratinis in my box. I've been
Well,
breeding with.
If you haven't, you don't have like a physical copy of like Ruby or Sapphire, do you? Or any of those ones? Because as I say, you can,
I have a
but not like the actual original DS game.
No, not
Okay.
the
The long cartridge.
it's the SP one.
Yeah. Yep. So I say because those you can actually import the Pokemon from that game to your Soul Silver or your Heart Gold game.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Ray, can you go back to the outline?
I'm sure.
Look at all those dragon Pokemon sitting up there.
I know they're just chilling.
All right, so we're to me, all like the remakes are gonna be like the best.
They're definitely just.
Although it's
remakes.
I really think. By the way, you spelled Sapphire wrong. But
Doesn't matter.
but I had Sapphire and I think I liked that. I mean, I didn't get Emerald, but I think I liked when I got Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I didn't seem to like it as much as
See, I haven't played those ones.
as I did when I was playing my regular Sapphire, just for some reason. Maybe because I loved Gen 3 when it first came out again.
See, I'm curious what they're gonna do with Sun and Moon because you can get the red and blue orbs for Groudon and Kyogre. So I'm curious what they're gonna try and do with that there. If they're gonna introduce those two somehow in there, or what's gonna go on with it.
Oh, you can get a bunch of things in that.
I would say I have all the Ultra Beasts, all the legendaries. I have Necrozma, which is a steel psychic.
No, that's just
Or-
psychic.
He's just psychic.
Yeah. I don't know what the heck he is.
I
though.
don't either.
It's like he's like the big high. He's the
The highest.
Mewtwo.
Yeah, he's the Mewtwo of the newest
one,
game.
but I don't understand anything about him. I know they were having like a cartoon on the. I was watching episode 1 on the Alola Islands. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you play Gen 3 or not. Go ahead, Ray, and show us a picture of the Gen 3 starters. They're, in my opinion, the Gen 3 starters are the best.
Torchic was my favorite.
Including Gen 1. It goes Gen 3, Gen 1, and then this newest Gen 7.
Yeah.
Where's Gen 2?
Eula sucks.
Gen 2 would be after probably 7. I'm not big on the Gen 2s.
With Gen 3, I always went with Torchic, but the thing I hated was once he evolved, he became firefighting. And then that tore you apart. But if you were eventually, like, my best Pokemon in that game was probably my Blaziken or my Kyogre.
The grass one was the grass, and what was his other typing?
Treecko. He was
like a turtle looking one, right?
no, he was Sceptile.
Sceptile, that's right. No,
Sceptile was the final.
Sceptile was awesome.
Sceptile.
They're all good.
Blaziken and
Swampert. Swampert's the best. Swampert's the best. I love Blaziken's like the coolest by far.
Mhm.
He's like a
Mega
freaking-
Sceptile's definitely the best because they have that dragon.
Well, if you Mega Evolve him, yeah. But originally, Swampert is water ground, so
Yeah.
electric doesn't even do damage.
No.
to it. But grass will be ×4, so watch out for that.
yeah, the first time I played, I picked Mudkip because I think he's the starter.
Yeah, me too. The
And then-
first time
And then I went with my Swampert, and then I went back again, and I picked Torchic, and I picked Torchic every other time. And
he's
the best,
just cool.
and then with Blaziken
Blaziken
is
so cool.
once you get him up high enough, you can teach him literally like 4 moves, and he can beat almost every other Pokemon in like 1 hit.
Can you throw a picture of Blaziken?
Blaziken
You gotta
looks
teach
awesome.
him.
He's probably the coolest, maybe one of the
looking
besides Mega Charizard X, who was
Yeah.
the coolest looking Pokemon of all
Definitely.
Pokemon. Blaziken is the coolest. You can look up Mega Charizard X after you show him Blaziken.
But yeah, Blaziken, you
So
taught him.
Mega Charizard X, which is like he's Fire Dragon.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
You-
So that's the 3 starters.
Okay, I know Swampert. I remember him.
Swampert is
The red
Typing
one
one.
evolves into Blaziken.
Blaziken, yeah. It goes Torchic, and then
I like Pokemon Go. They're not even out of Pokemon Go.
right. Who's the middle evolution in Torchic? There's Torchic, and then there's
Combusken.
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 That's what it was. But Torchic started out as a fire type. It wasn't firefighting, but then the evolution they added in the firefighting.
If I have to go with Gen 2 starters, because we didn't talk about this, who was your starter of Gen 2? You said you did Totodile.
I did Totodile.
I did Totodile as well,
Me
but
too.
I like Cyndaquil, not because I like Cyndaquil like Ray, but actually because I like Typhlosion, because
I like Typhlosion
when
as
he does
well.
his fire moves, you'll see the flames come out of his body when he does it. He's like, flames come out.
And that was
That's cool.
they didn't introduce that until Crystal when they actually gave the Pokemon battle animations, like real like
Right.
different
That's
animations.
when. That's why I like Fire Red and stuff, because you'll see that animations.
Mhm.
Are you looking at Blaziken?
Yeah, right. I'm pulling up that and Charizard X.
Also, another fun
Oh.
thing: Crystal was the first one where you could choose which gender you wanted to be. You could either be boy or
Oh.
male or female.
Hey, a lot more genders
PC
now.
man.
Why are we assuming their genders?
Yeah.
Yeah, you assuming their gender? You jerk.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just saying
You
that was your
cis.
choice.
This is random, but
Pokemon was
we were
assuming
talking
genders.
earlier about how Brock was like the hardest guy to beat. in
One
that
of them,
game.
yeah.
I would always get a Butterfree. I would always raise a Butterfree and I, take that gym over pretty handily once you build a Butterfree up.
Right.
Mankey.
But you gotta take the time to do it.
I think you can find a Mankey.
And it
in
just
the
took
grass.
time. You're right. It took the most time to
Mhm.
raise that up.
No, Mankeys. They're in the grass. They're in Pewter City. There is a Mankey in that thing. Grass.
I never took the time, dude. I didn't even think about it.
Just catch him, raise
Yeah.
him up a few levels, and it's fighting. Good against Rock.
Right.
Blaziken.
Oh yeah.
He's cool. That's Blaziken there, y'all. If you don't know your Pokemon, he's a firefighting. Firefighting is just popular. You got Infernape, who's also firefighting.
Yep,
and
yep,
you got
that's the next gen.
Emboar, I think, is also firefighting.
I think Sun and Moon just had a straight fire type, wasn't it?
No, he's Dark Fire.
Dark Fire.
Yeah, that's what he ended up choosing him. He's cool looking. He's like a big cat, and he's got like this belt.
Yeah, Tiger.
But he-
What was his name? I have him. He's in my party.
I don't
I
use
use
him.
I
Dude,
use
he's
my
not nearly.
Lunala.
It's the only game that I actually chose grass.
Oh, he's awesome. Is that the Charizard?
That's
That's
Mega,
Mega
that's Mega
Charizard.
Charizard. He's the coolest looking Pokemon.
Wow.
Well, there's X and Y. This is X.
And his
Wow.
wings are red, I think, if he's shiny.
That's awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a shiny Charizard, and
I have in
he looks different if it's a Y, because there's a X and Y Mega Stone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he looks pretty cool with the Y one too, but he don't look that cool.
X is by far the coolest Pokemon. I've ever seen.
Y, actually, if you're in a battle tree, Y is better because
Is he? Well, I say he's the coolest looking.
the stat changes for Mega are different. Their health is the same, the speed are the same, but you get a big boost in physical attack when you get a small boost in special attack with him.
Mhm.
His ability is physical attacks do more damage, so you get like a double boost basically for physical attacks. So you can do special and physical attacks, which is good. So if you find something that's good special defense, you can kill them. Okay, but the ability was Charizard Y is awesome. He's just a straight up special attack theory, just killer. He'll bring out Drought, which is Sunny Day.
Right.
So water Pokemon don't do a lot of damage against him.
Right.
And then he'll just kill you with it. And his special attack boost is crazy high.
Right.
So, for somebody like me that's been out of the Pokemon game for a long time, since like Generation 2, what's the best game? What do you guys recommend if I want to jump back into it?
The new ones.
What game do I have to play?
I'd say the new
Moon.
ones. Moon.
I have to play Moon.
Moon,
You can
because
skip X and Y.
I never played X or Y.
actually I might start with X and Y. Why? Because this is when and this is important. This is when they actually
The
introduce
Mega.
the Mega Evolutions.
See, when I played Moon, I didn't play X or Y, so
So
I
that's
didn't
a
really
Mega
know.
Evolution right there.
Yeah, see, I didn't really know much about the Mega Evolutions, and Mega Evolutions don't really come into play in Moon until near the end.
And Fairy type is introduced in there too.
Yeah. Yep.
And Fairy's good against Dragon. Dragon does no effect at all.
No.
It will not
Fairy?
affect the Fairy.
No.
Yeah.
They actually made something to compete against Dragon.
Well, there was our
Yeah. Besides Ice.
Dark. Also,
And Dark.
Dark. That's what they really did it for. Because the Dark had fighting that was good against it.
Do you feel like in the newer versions there's too much types against other types? You got flying / poison, you gotta keep in mind, oh wait, this Pokemon is fire, but he's also this, you know.
Right.
What's my Pokemon?
Too many secondary types?
Yeah,
I
Okay.
think
I don't think so. I just think that too many Pokemon can learn a type that doesn't belong to them.
But yeah.
Like, I'll be in the battle tree, which is why I recommend Moon. You can just keep going, and then when you get a certain distance, you'll fight. You'll go up against red and blue
yeah.
in the
Yep.
tree. It's pretty
Because
cool.
you run into one of them, and you can choose what you're into both of them. You can choose which one you want to fight when you first get to the battle tree.
Mhm.
I chose red.
I chose red. He's always
I think I
cool.
chose
He
red.
doesn't have
battle tree.
The battle. It's like
I'll just show you.
it's like the battle tower.
Yeah,
Battle
Battle
Tower.
Tower was introduced in Crystal as well. That was the first one that had a battle
higher
tower.
you go, the harder the people get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they heal
But it's
Pokemon.
way better. Like, it's a way better version of those. They
You never really get to the top, right? Can you?
You can. Well, there's single battle, double battle, multi battle.
Yeah.
Single battle is just you one-on-one versus other person, one battle, one
One
Pokemon at a
Pokemon.
time, and you get 3 Pokemon to choose from. Now the whole party is 6, you get 3.
Right.
Double battle is you get 4 Pokemon to choose from, and it's 2 on 2.
sets of two.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a team. You got to think about the good combinations of Pokemon that'll help
Right.
each other out. Like I use like a Kingdra and Blastoise. I use a Rain Dance, which will it's a weather party.
Mhm.
I use a Rain Dance, and it'll make my Blastoise heal, but the rain, my Kingdra has Swift Swim, which improves his speed. So it'll heal one and make the other one. And it makes them both stronger, obviously.
Yeah.
So like that's my water party, and one's a water dragon. So I use them, and I also give my Blastoise a leftovers, which if you didn't know, that heals him. So it's a double heal for my Blastoise.
Mhm.
And then so that's just like an example. And then you have multi-battle, which is you have two Pokemon to choose from, and you pick a partner. And you have to pick a partner. You have to play single mode first before you can do this.
Don't you have to play? Isn't it online?
I can
do online.
if you bring your Game Boy
battle
here.
tree.
I can like sync with you and we can both team
Do it
up
together,
against-
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's with real people. It's not.
You can,
You
but
can,
I
yeah.
can also pick. Like I said, you can
You
go
do
to
by
a single
yourself.
battle, and then like after a certain amount of time, you'll find a trainer. Like Wally's from the Gen 3. He's in the battle tree. Like they have like legendary trainers in this battle tree that you eventually run into, and like you can't get red and blue to be on your team. You can
Right.
get Wally and like all these special trainers. I wish like Misty or someone was also
Right.
That'd be cool.
How much is a 3DS gonna run you if you want to buy one?
150 probably.
$150
If you get the
bucks.
XL,
I got a
I think you
2DS.
do
I got the
so-
XL. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
I would go for the 2DS just
I went
because it's
for-
cheaper. You just
yeah.
can't see the 3D stuff.
Seems expensive.
I don't know. It looked
2DS.
different.
Oh,
you
I
just
might as
can't
well
look at
get
you
3DS.
just not 3D, so like you can't like.
I
turn on the
looked
3D.
But I went with a
different when I
2D.
looked at it.
Yeah, it's
Because
to
I
be honest,
don't
I think
need
it's
the 3D.
It's not
I
that
think
fold out
80
thing, you know.
I like the
80
fold
bucks.
out.
Yeah,
It
I
still
would
works
recommend
with these
getting
games.
the 3DS, man. I recommend the 3DS.
I have a question for you guys. Just fun. Do you guys know what DS stands for? Like, do you guys just have any idea? I'm
Dual
curious.
screen.
Dude, shut up! I said
Yeah,
you should have said yes or no. God,
You didn't. You didn't tell me to say yes or no. You just.
I
asked me what it
expected
stood
it.
for.
You should have just known, you smart ass little shit. Yeah, that's what it stands for. I'm sorry.
But no, like yeah. So like, say I like beat Wally, it'll give me the option to
To
like
play with
it
it.
says Scout.
Yeah.
I just click on Scout, take some battle tree points, and then I can go into multi-battle and it says, do you want to pick a partner from online? I'll say no. And, like,
No, you
and
pick.
then it'll give me a list of people that I
Right.
scouted, and I can pick them to be my partner. But like, you got to see what Pokemon they have when you battle
Right.
them. And they're like, oh, they have this. So like, Wally will have an Altaria, and
Yeah.
Gallade, and you know,
Metagross.
they have a Gardevoir.
Is it a Metagross?
No. Not your thing of Steven again.
Oh man, I don't know why I keep thinking Steven.
I wish Steven was.
Wally's
I
the
would-
little kid. That's
yes,
right.
He's the little one with
Yeah.
Gardevoir.
Yeah.
But he doesn't actually use Gallade and.
Is Glade the one with like the blades on his arm?
he's
When you
fighting-
guys see that, does anyone else think about Yu-Gi-Oh with the dual discs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull that up really quick. Let's see what. Because that's what immediately what I think about. Anytime I see Glade, it's just dual disc Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can,
It's like-
and farther you go, you get like believe in the heart of battle.
Yeah. Believe in the heart of the
It's
balls.
like that one post he did. It's like, I got your friends literally in a bind here, and if you lose, they'll like die. Unless you pull this one card from your deck,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do to beat me.
But wait.
Believe in the heart of the cards. Aha! I'm like, you fucking kidding me.
How many times do they use that?
That's literally every
episode. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Or he
Which,
pulls
by
out
the way,
last
is
piece of
like
Exodia.
very
No, it's
call back to like.
basically, it's like, I got the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. There's nothing you can do. None of your cards can take on my
He was like,
Ultimate
oh,
Dragon.
hey, Darkhold.
I got the Right? That's the best card. But nobody.
That's
really
actually been
uses it.
banned, actually, but from in tournaments. You can't use it.
It was like it was like a common card too. Anyway, like he was like, I got Karibo. Really? That's the weakest card in the game. And multiply. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? And you got Karibo, like a million Karibos, and he's trying to get his life points, and they keep like multiplying faster than he can destroy them.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I'm gonna lose. If you don't let me win, I will jump off this edge. And then like
Yugi's like, jump off the
Yugi
edge.
and Yugi. Yugi's like, do it, I don't care. And then Yugi's like, no! and then Yugi ends up like saving him and losing. It's the only time Kaiba beats him because Kaiba has to pull a little, I'm gonna kill myself if you don't let me win.
I honestly, I never got into the show. Never got into the cards.
It went bad after the original. Or well, GX.
Wait, is that Mega Gallade?
No, I think it's just Glade. I picked that one because it looks the most like the dual
You can't
disc.
even tell all right.
That's his arm. Like a big
Yeah, that's
blade
his
on it.
arm.
It's like a fighting steel or
To
something.
me, that looks like one of those pictures with a bunch of just white and black, and it's like, what do you see here?
Make it bigger, Ray. Make it bigger.
All right, I'll make it bigger. I'm gonna have to cover up some of
I
you guys'
see
face
two
just so you can see.
legs.
There you go. How's that look? We'll cover up
Hold on,
Brian
it's a
TJ.
little laggy.
It's okay, cover me up.
I made it bigger. It's gonna be big on the.
But no,
street
yeah,
front,
I was
I guess.
going back to Gen 3, I think those 3 starters were the best. They really did a
They
great
really
job with those.
They really did. I think Ruby and Sapphire was probably one of my favorites.
I think they
I think they did a lot. It was different having Team Magma and Team. What was the other one? Team
Aqua.
Aqua. Yep.
But just Rocket was the bad team in the first 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I got some up with another team.
They're
that
like, yeah,
actually,
we're
it's
done
actually
with
set on world domination.
There you go. There's cover up the
But
face.
then
Oh,
they
so
did.
it's like hair that's
They did
covering up
2
his
teams.
face or something.
Yeah.
Not just one.
But look at his
So
arms, yeah. His
Yeah.
arms.
One's good, one's bad, unless you're in the other game.
Exactly, and it's vice versa.
What's going on with its pelvis region? It's like
I think that's
Like
his
a little
hand.
circle.
oh,
It's his hand in the way of the
That's how he reproduces. That's actually his dick. It's just a big circle. It brings Meatsman to a whole new, perspective.
Oh my god.
That's nothing compared to swollen tip.
funny
Oh,
story.
really?
Funny
Anyways.
story. I was in clinic the other day,
God.
and my buddy sitting next to me was talking about new restaurants that he really liked, and I said, "But have you tried Meat Spin?"
Oh my
And he
god.
goes, "No, I haven't heard of it." And I was like, "Well, I'll look it up on Google. It's a good place." And he types it, and it comes up, and he's looking at Meat Spin for a solid 3 seconds before his brain tells him, "You shouldn't be looking at this in clinic right now." And he quickly turned it off, and I got him.
I think I have the record for the most spins. I just kept it on all night.
That's not a record you want.
It's definitely a record I want, dude. I want to see dude just like spin his dick. That's okay.
Okay.
That's right. He's
Anyway.
weird, though.
I'm just the weirdest dude around.
Yeah,
It's fine.
he's pretty weird.
But yeah, this is.
You know, Meat Spin, Pokemon, it all connects.
Not really.
Somehow.
I mean, if you want to get 3DS, you can get Alpha Sapphire and Mega Ruby.
It's like
Groudon's
just ground, right? He's just straight up ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Alpha
Same
Sapphire
Guardian.
Is water. So it's water. That's what
I would love to get back into the games, play an hour at a
I'll be
time.
sun in a week.
There's not a chance I'm going to spend $150 on a Game Boy. I'll probably try to find an emulator if they exist. Ray said that they probably don't exist.
It's just not as good.
I'm telling you, man, get the 2
mine's
$80
here,
bucks.
I believe.
Yeah, it's still
Or
80
you can
bucks.
find them. You can still probably go to like Disc Replay or some like used game store and find it for like.
I was gonna say you can buy.
Go to. It's a
Or
place in
online.
Freeport. It's called Game Corner. They might
Game
have a cheap
Corner.
one there.
Yeah.
It'll probably work after like only a week, but I mean.
I play my 3DS so much that Abby gets annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got mad at you when you walked into the store playing it.
Yeah. she's like,
Because I remember, yeah, we had. I think that was. Isn't that the time where it was her birthday or something, and we all went to Applebee's, and you guys were just like having it back and forth. Wasn't it because? Didn't it start because of the DS or?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
will.
No,
That was super
it's
fun.
because I gave her something for her birthday present that I thought was creative, and she didn't like it that
Oh, right. There we
I
go.
was a little annoyed because
Oh well.
Oh, that was the funniest moment in my life. I was like, you guys were fighting so much. I was like, kind of awkward, but it was still so funny.
I wasn't fighting. I was just sitting there saying like little
Stupid
remarks.
crap. Yeah, there's like little remark here and there. And she's like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm dying.
And you're
laughing.
just like, dude, you're gonna like.
I was like, dude, stop it. You're gonna die. It's so
She
funny.
watched
But
the
I
show?
This?
Yeah.
She won't watch the Game Frenzy one.
Okay.
Probably not.
So
It's
we're
not on Facebook.
It's
Even if she was, I don't. It's alright.
she's not gonna watch it.
So we did 3 gens. We
We
covered
did
3
three
gens.
gens. Are we done?
We got like
I mean-
the other like 15 minutes. We just want to talk about Pokemon Go. Or we can end it right here. Either way.
Pokemon Go guys.
Pokemon Go, I thought it was the bee's knees when it came out. And
was the bee's
was.
knees.
Here's the thing. I can offer an opinion because I lived in a suburb of Chicago. So
So
my
you had a
opinion
lot
is going to
more
be
opportunities.
completely different from these guys'
Yeah.
experience. So I think we could talk about that for 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that.
So my experience, I go to medical school in North Chicago, which is not,
He's gonna be a foot doctor. Don't.
which is
He'll be there.
still doctor. But it's not in or near the city. It's actually the city just south of Gurnee, where Six Flags is.
Which is like it's like North Chicago's like
Juliet.
way north than
yeah, it's like 40 minutes north.
it's
of the city.
almost it's almost
It's
Wisconsin.
almost Wisconsin. Yeah, it's just south of Kenosha.
I like Gurney.
But it's still like I'm not in the city, but you got gyms.
You got
all over the place. But the problem is, you can't hold a gym there
no.
for nothing. And the it's an even bigger problem with spoofers that that became a thing. All the
Yeah,
spoofing.
the people weren't doing any walking, but they were still.
Yeah. We
doing the same thing.
had 2 gyms at my medical school, and I would go there with a couple friends. We'd take the gym over, and like right when we get captured it, we'd have people taking it over, and there's nobody next to us. And it's just huge problem where we were. But yeah, what was it like trying to keep gyms here?
If you weren't on yellow, you had a hard ass time because there was a guy.
That's not true. Now that's how it is now. But back when it first started, I played in
It was
Freeport.
a big fight between
I
red and
played
blue,
in
and then at
Freeport.
night it was all yellow. At least
Yeah.
here in this town.
No, see, in Freeport, I lived over by Reed Park, so there was 3 gyms just like in my area. There was Little Cubs Field.
Mhm.
There was where's the other one? Like the little children's monument up with a little
Little
waterfall,
Android man.
and then there was the pool,
Because you're gonna fuck iPhone.
and it seemed like it was always a battle between red and blue in Freeport. It was always Valor and Mystic, always, and normally yellow didn't really do much, but then like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like yellow just came in because it seemed like all the Mystic and all the Valor teams just kind of gave up.
It's because we went back to our normal lives and team
Instinct.
instinct were like, no, we win.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was luck or what, but my Bryant, what you're red?
Yeah.
Bryant's red.
Oh come on, guys!
I'm yellow.
I'm blue. So we got one each.
My other two younger brothers went yellow, and one of our buddies, Brandon Fox, went yellow.
Man, everybody's
Congratulations
going
on your new relationship, by the way, Brandon, if you're watching.
He's not watching that.
He's not.
So I had a group here whenever I came home that we'd go out and we'd take gyms. But yeah, I'd say they came out with a new system to where you have to be kicked out of the gym for you to get your coins now. And I thought to myself, well, Pokemon Go just died here. Because it would take forever to get kicked out of your gyms.
I think what really killed it was it took them so long to get the second gen in, and they still have not put in trainer battles or their trade, which like when they were in the actual beta, they had them involved in there.
And not only did they take forever with the second gen, they kept like announcing the second gen. Like this is what's coming
and
out.
it's not the full
It was
second
just
gen.
like
It was like 4 or 5
It
Pokemon.
was the babies.
and then all of a sudden, nice.
Oh no, get that out of
And
here.
then all of a sudden, one random night, without any like warning or nothing, they just let them all three. They're like, here's second gen. I remember opening
that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
remember opening my Pokemon Go like the daily. I did it every day.
Yep.
And it was like at nighttime when they finally did it, because I was on it during the day earlier that day. And there was nothing. I go on at nighttime. Here we go. We got like a bunch of crappy Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, there was like Hoot
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I
was like,
remember.
what the heck?
Murkrows.
I was
There's a
about to go to sleep. Because I
Sentry.
worked
And I
third
called
shift.
you.
You go, Gen 2's out. Oh, my phone. I didn't get any sleep that night. I don't think I think I did sleep for 3 days getting all those Gen 2 games.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't even get all the Gen 2. Like,
So I'll admit it. Towards the, spoofing became like a big thing, and then I
then they
finally
banned
I finally
everybody.
did it towards the end, like a long time into it. I'm like, you know what? Everybody's doing it, and it's not even fun for me anymore. I'm just gonna do it, complete my Pokédex, and like I did it. I started sniping Pokemon, and it was fun for a week. And then I was like, okay, I can't play the game anymore. I think, Brian, you got to the point, too, where your Pokédex was done. You're like, I can't play this game anymore.
They banned
I was
that.
doing it while playing The Office.
She-
Like
she-
watching The Office, I was playing Pokemon and like
I actually
like,
went
It
out
just made
and
it
caught
less
all
fun,
mine.
you know?
So-
Like, if you didn't cheat, the game was fun.
yeah.
Like, we would
Yeah.
go on, me and Jordan, Ray, too, we would go to Dubuque.
Yeah.
And we would just go on the river, and we'd like if something like a pretty good Pokemon popped up, we'd go, oh, let's go get it, and we would go chase after it. We had our packs and everything.
Dude, we had so much fun. I really miss when Pokemon Go was big.
I caught my
When
Onyx
it
in
first
Boise
came
High.
out, the
When we
step
went out to
system
visit,
actually worked, and you
Yeah.
could
That's
try
why I played
Pokemon
the
down.
Passacot.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Actually,
they went away from that. It must have just caused way too many glitches
Too many-
or something.
It was glitching really bad. That's why they got rid of it. Because like there would be a 3-step Pokemon that would be actually be like right next to you. So there and too many people were complaining about the glitches. So
I
it
do
was
like how
I
they-
remember being out at like 2 a.m., the summer it came out, and my buddy and I would go in opposite directions, and we'd communicate, okay, mine
I'm
went
gonna-
away, his went down to 1, so I went over to him, and then we'd go, north-south now, and see where it was.
Yeah,
And
try and
then
triangulate.
we
it.
triangulated. We
The
worked
only
together.
thing I
And that was
regret,
so cool.
I don't mind my job at Casey's. I really do. The only thing I regret was getting a third shift job while Pokemon Go came out because when at like 10 o'clock it was time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, no, I didn't have
And-
that problem.
And
I was working-
Shelby was like, "You gotta be home at now, this and
I
that."
was
And it was
working
like
at
2
4
a.m. I was walking to work, and there's Bride driving around in his truck, flipping me off. I'd walk to work and Bride's like, "Hey Ray," during
I remember one night there's a gym down the street here. I think it was dark. I think it was probably late,
Mhm.
but I remember that you guys took a gym.
Yeah,
I had my headlights off and I was hiding from you guys.
yeah, you and Chris.
And I took
We saw them. They're in the alley.
Yeah, like, we saw it. Like, you're like, "There's Alex. He's gonna take this."
Oh, you
Pokemon at the
saw
same time."
us?
Yeah, we
Oh,
saw you guys.
really?
Like,
Well, we just like, well, we're here. Let's just take the gym.
yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those nights though. Like I didn't care how many times you guys took the gym. I was staying out till we would stay out till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
we
that was
take
so
we
much
take
fun.
10 gyms in the area here.
Yeah, that was
And
so much fun.
because there's like no population here. I would hold 6 of those gyms for like.
Dude, one time I held the gym in Winslow for a whole month and a
There's a
half.
gym in Winslow.
There's 3. I held all 3 for a month and a
I
half.
couldn't do anything though because
We have service.
as soon as
Yeah.
I go to
No,
Winslow,
we have
Verizon,
service
yep.
down there.
I did. You suck here. It sucks, but it works out here.
that's why US Cellular isn't in the White Sox.
But
Yeah.
have you guys played since the legend? You're able. Okay, so first of
You
all,
have to do the
I
raid.
went
Oh,
up-
Chicago? Yeah, I'm done.
I went up against Articuno and we couldn't beat him even. We weren't even close.
That's why I
Dude,
stopped. They made it too hard.
I know somebody who's a Rhino.
you had 6 people. That's the thing.
I know.
Is
They-
you gotta
they
be in the
beat us.
city for it. I
Yeah.
have not done them yet. I've only done like
I don't
3-star
know.
raids
Mhm.
with like
Like,
5
I don't have
people.
anybody that's Team Mystic with me.
Every
so.
time I go, it lags me out or something now.
Yeah, see, I'm done now. Like, the game
I was
is too glitchy.
yeah.
They tried.
Niantic.
So
Running
I
too much
haven't- I have not played
They
since
were-
I had to study for boards, which
Yeah.
was like back in what? I think we took that in July. So like pretty much the early summer, I had to stop playing to study.
Yeah.
And
It's
since then, I've just been busy with school. I haven't done the raids and stuff. I haven't heard of this glitching. It sounds like it got
It
bad.
just
yeah, it sucks now.
laggy and stuff
It's too
now.
bad.
Yeah.
I
because-
stopped playing. I uninstalled it because it just so lag.
I haven't
They're
uninstalled
like,
it yet.
"Hey, there's this over it. There's a level 5, raid over here. I was like, all right, let's go. And I went with them and
But you can actually catch legendary Pokemon
Yeah.
now.
Yep, as soon as
during
Rhino.
raids, but you can't put them in gyms.
No.
So you can't put them in gyms. Okay.
You can only
Which is
attack
even
them.
worse. It's like
what
really
happens if you try to put one in a gym?
It just
it glitches out.
Yeah,
It's like,
they
no.
won't let you.
You can't put this Pokemon in gyms.
They did something that was so beautiful and so special to just all these Pokemon fans. They loved it, and then they just trashed
Yeah,
it.
they really did.
I hated it. It reminds me a lot of.
How do they trash it? What do you mean?
They trashed it by just doing stupid stuff with it. Like raids, that was actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I like
But then
raids.
making it as like a gym thing and like doing this and that's how you catch legendaries. Instead of just being out in the wild, they really took away from
Yeah.
what is
I don't
Pokemon.
li- yeah,
They really
What
did.
I loved
I
about it.
made it
yeah,
more
I
like
like-
the Ingress.
I like
style
to go
game
try
because
and
that's
find-
that's what they originally created. Because the same people that made the game Ingress made Pokemon Go. I think
Yeah.
they tried to make Pokemon Go too much like Ingress and not like Pokemon like it's supposed to be.
It really was just such a great thing in the beginning, and it just kind of lost its steam.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind a reboot if they just rebooted it
Yeah,
somehow.
well, we'll see.
With
They gotta
Exactly.
fix all the bugs.
with
and-
trainer interactions. That's the number one thing that we want,
That is
right?
that is the big
Yes.
one that everybody wants.
They
It's
said
not the
that
trade.
they said they want to come out in every single gen. They said that.
What I want them to do is I want them to stop what they're doing right now. Start back again from base 1 where
Everybody's
it
level
was
1
where
again.
everyone loved it.
I wouldn't actually mind that.
Yeah, that's what and then have the
Right.
trainer battles. Have the raids. Look at this one.
They gotta make the experience a lot easier because once you hit level 20, you gotta gain like 250, 500, 750, 1 million experience in order to level up.
It's just like and find a way to make it unhackable.
Right.
Because what's his face from Yellow? He was hacking pretty freaking hard.
Nurples, yeah.
Yeah, Nurple.
I remember talking to him. I was like,
Tony Dick. He was taking the
You mean
gyms.
spoofing?
No,
He was with 5 different accounts.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 different accounts.
All
he would
level
do
like
that.
30 something.
Yeah. Yep. They did that
Who
in
has that
Freeport
much
too.
time in their hands?
Someone did that. It was like the Phantom MM.
Who has
that was all him. That was all him.
I'm out
Oh,
all
was
the
it
Him
time.
and his wife. That was all him and his
I'm
wife.
out
man.
all the time. All the time. Trying
They
to
were
catch
all-
all the shit. Hatching shit.
I'm actually working my
hard,
ass off.
And I'm like
people are
level
cheating.
29. He's got like 5 level 30 accounts.
Yeah, and
It's
then
hacking.
he's got
There's
like
no way.
Yes.
at least level 3,000 Dragonites. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You got 5 of them? How is that possible? They're at
No,
every single gen here. in town.
That's when I lost it, is when they came out with the new generation, and then the day after the new generation got released, you had 3 Tyranitards in a gym next to me. I'm like, there's not a chance in hell.
See, Tyranitar,
Yeah,
and
when-
Tyranitar, you gotta find the Larvitars. And you
Yeah.
gotta probably have at least 50 to 100
I was actually
candies.
really close. To
125, yeah.
Tyranitar.
125?
125 to finally get. Yeah.
Jesus.
There's no way they got that all in a day.
Just like Dragonite. But anyway, like I remember when it first came out, like you'll see like I don't know, something that's pretty good in the gym, like holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's a freaking Alakazam!
Ursaring, like an Ursaring or a higher one.
But it was just Gen 1.
at first,
Yeah.
you know? It was like, oh, nice, props.
Like it took a while. Well, no, I'm saying like, oh my gosh, an Alakazam in this gym, which is actually that impressive, really.
It's
It's
not.
just- but like when it first came out, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a good Pokemon.
Or a Gengar. Like, oh my god, someone's got a Gengar. They got 100k
Oh,
days.
dude, I wish I wouldn't have got it with that Halloween special. I wish I would have got a Gengar.
See, I got
Like
a
your
Gengar
wife. Your
without
wife.
the Halloween special.
Bride's wife is the biggest jerk ever when it comes to Pokemon. I'm still mad at her about it. She caught a Gengar when we were in Freeport.
That's
She was
straight.
And she didn't tell anybody. She didn't say
She
anything.
didn't know.
She didn't know. It makes you so mad because it's like, you
It was
kidding
just in
me?
the
Like,
wild.
oh, there's a
Yes.
Pokemon here, and she clicked on it, and it didn't pop up for us, but it did for her.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, oh, Pokemon.
And we find out 2 hours later,
2
how'd
hours.
you get a Gengar?
I'm
I
like,
caught it at
looking
Club
at
Foods.
everything, I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like,
I've
you
only,
know what?
I've only seen one Snorlax out of the whole time I've been playing.
I
Caught
got
Lindo Theater was where I caught the only Snorlax I've ever seen.
my
That
Snorlax.
was like my 7th one or something.
I caught one. I
remember.
miss my old apartment. It was for Pokemon Go too. There was a thing right there, and
My Snorlax.
I always caught Pokemon. It was basically yard cube. There was always Pokemon popping up right there in my
You got a
yard.
spawner there?
Yeah, it was so
You
nice.
could have. If you almost went with us, but you ended up not going.
Dude, ASAP's mom's apartment is the best place for Pokemon Go because you can sit in his apartment and get the Mercantile.
Mm-hmm. Mercantile, yeah.
And then with his internet being so wonky, you can even get the cannon up the street.
Well, A-Stab is dead to me because, yeah, he's dead to me.
Isn't it here?
Yeah, he's not here. You know, I
Too
prefer
bad.
this. I prefer this Alex anyway, so that's fine. A-Law instead of A-Stab. It's cool.
A-Law.
A-Law. That's so stupid. I'm
We're
sorry.
like
I'll go with
A-Med.
better. Shut up.
Go by Law Dog.
Law Dog's better. He's not gonna watch this. I don't
He goes
care.
by Foot Doctor.
Foot Doctor. It reminds me of that scene in The Hangover. He's just a dentist. If someone's, you should really call a real doctor.
Hey, Dr.
So-
Faggot.
Yeah. That's all. You know what? You're going through medical school, so you were a doctor. I don't care, but it just reminded me of that scene.
So
It's
if I
funny.
if I fell over right here, could you save my life?
Well, depend like what's going on.
I don't know.
Only if you
So
break
we gotta
your ankle.
figure it out.
Only if you break
I
your
can
ankle.
perform CPR. That's it.
No, dude, just let me die.
You'd rather let me die than have a guy give you CPR. You're an
Yeah,
idiot.
some foot problems.
Oh, foot problems.
I have foot cancer. What can I do for that?
There's a funny story. I was on my way home from here to back to school,
Yeah.
and I was on Highway 20, right across from Titan Tire there.
Yep.
And there's a van parked on the side of the road, and a mom was like standing over a girl. I imagine it's her daughter who was
Mhm.
laying on her back. It looked like her mom was on her knees. I'm like, is she giving CPR?
Right.
Like something looks really wrong here. So I pulled over. Dad's like running over to me. I'm like, something's wrong here. And Dad like says, "Hey, thank you for stopping. It's just a bloody nose. We're okay."
Oh my god.
I was like, all right, I'm in medical school. I just thought maybe she needed CPR and I know how to do it. And I was like, damn it, dude, that was my moment. Could have saved somebody.
What do I do for a bloody nose? She's dying here. Oh, you just flipped your head up. You're good.
I've never seen somebody like, she was like laying on the
No.
ground like she was dead.
Right.
She just got bloody.
Never heard of that.
I remember. I slightly remember when like Dad pulled over to try to get a raccoon.
It was a baby skunk.
Skunk.
Baby skunk.
Baby skunk. Long time.
Dad
ago.
pulled over. He thought it was cute.
I
Got
was
it,
trying
got
to
it.
get
shoebox.
Doing that.
Decided not to do it because he was worried about spraying.
Right.
But
I
he was
think
like,
it's spray hard.
he was like, I know that you can take this into the vet and get the
You get the spray gland removed.
yeah, you get it removed,
And
and
the
then it's
baby
like a
pet's going.
cool little pet. And I'm like,
Oh, that sounds
such
so
a weird thing.
I
That
mean, I'd let that skunk for a pet as long as
Won't it
it's
still
sprayed.
stink though, even if you get it sprayed?
I don't think so.
I always
It's
wanted
like
a
a
ferret,
cat.
but those things smell too.
I was working last night, and like I got off break. It's like 10:06 or something,
Mhm.
and like my loader was sitting there, and then I go around the corner, and I keep seeing things on like the peripherals of my vision all the time, like
Mhm.
but it's not really there because I'm like moving. And no, nothing. Okay, whatever.
Well,
Well, I got some
like a blurry vision, or
kind of like it's just like there's like support beams all over in that room. So
Yeah.
when I go by it, like slowly, like when it kind of goes by it from a distance, it looks like somebody's walking or something. So it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But I was driving and I saw something move in the corner of my eye, and I'm used to it at this point in time. But it kept moving and moving, and I said, "What the hell?" I don't know if it was a groundhog or what the hell it was, but it was like kind of chubby,
Gopher, maybe.
Probably.
it, like plopped every time it walked.
Woodchuck.
I don't know what it was.
I don't think
dude.
maybe a badger. No, not a
No,
badger.
dude,
no,
not
no,
a
no.
badger.
Was it woodchuck? I think it was like a
Are woodchucks around here?
groundhog.
Yeah.
really groundhog.
Probably groundhog.
I was told there's a groundhog in that building, in our building. I don't know. But anyway,
We should get it.
Pokemon Go
Wrong play.
was fun while it lasted, but it's just not lasting anymore.
No.
I think it could still be fun in the city, in Chicago, where I'm from. I don't know
If you have a little more
about the
options.
glitches. If it's glitching like that, it's not fun. But especially the new coin system, I thought as soon as that they implemented that coin system where you had to get kicked out of a gym, they totally screwed it up for areas like this that are not populated.
Yeah.
So I can understand you guys' frustrations with Pokemon Go.
I wasn't huge on the gyms anyway. I just wanted to go out
Catch 'em.
Me too. I wanted to basically
I would-
live my childhood and just.
That's why I
I
chose.
wanted
Misty.
to like I would focus on one Pokemon at a time. That would be my buddy. I loved when the buddy came out,
That was a good idea.
and my first buddy was a Growlithe, and I got a few Arcanines. So it was awesome. But like, I would focus one Pokemon at a time. I'd hatch all these eggs. It'd be my buddy. I would go walk a long ways, and I would work weeks on getting each of these Pokemon. I would keep getting them, and then it just kind of Gen 2 came out, and people were cheating, and I was working my ass off, and they weren't. No,
Yeah, it made it not fun.
all right, go back to the.
To the live stream.
Mhm.
Alright, gotcha. I just wanted to put that out there.
I'm not gonna really say much about our podcast on this because it's kind of separate.
Alright. Yeah, you go ahead and say it. It's fine. Like, it's coming out Friday, so make sure we have to make sure we
What do you guys?
announce it.
Depends if Bray goes to see it. I was serious about that.
Dude,
I'm serious.
We're doing
You're
it regardless.
going to see it.
Okay, I'm going to see it, but we're doing it regardless. I mean, I don't need to
Well,
see
then go
it.
see it tomorrow.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
see it. Dude,
I want
I,
to see it.
you want to see it?
Have
We
you
do it
seen
Friday.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
How about tomorrow?
But tomorrow? I don't have money. Are you gonna buy my ticket?
Sure, it's fine.
Okay.
$8.
All right, just do me a. Bro, dude, I have $10. That's it.
Pay for the ticket. Don't get fucking ice cream or ices and go to the movie.
All right, do me one favor though. Don't do what you did with Spider-Man, like you did last time. You're like, watch this scene right here. Watch this. Like,
I'm not going to see it with you.
okay, well, I'm saying if you want to do it, if you go see it with me,
I already
do that
saw it
favor.
twice.
Okay.
You've seen it twice?
Yes.
Yeah, I was supposed to go
Is
see
it good?
I went saw it twice.
Okay. Yeah. He saw it twice because like this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm gonna see it twice.
Well, to be honest, I saw
I feel like
Step
he's
Brothers
seen
3 times.
movies that he wasn't like totally 100% on. He's seen them twice. Brian, I haven't known anybody else as much as him that can go to the same movie in a movie theater twice.
It's really difficult. Well, it's just so much a different experience when you've seen it in the theater, even after seeing it a second. The only movie I've seen multiple times in the theater was Star Wars Episode 7.
I don't know. I'll talk.
I just want to throw this out here while I'm on screen.
Go ahead.
The new Spider-Man Homecoming, bad in my opinion. That's it. That's it.
I roll. Well, I mean, you didn't like it.
Didn't like it. Wasn't for me. That's
You're
okay.
wrong, but you like it.
I like Tom.
I-
I like the new Spider-Man character.
Tom Holland.
Like Tom Holland. Didn't like the movie. That's okay. Anything else you want to wrap up?
I picked up a comic book of Spider-Man before and read it, and it's very much just like a comic book, which is why I loved
The only thing that they didn't do, like the only thing they really switched around is if you like pick up the first like few Spider-Man comics, how Peter is like wanting to be like an Avenger, you know, and this new ones, it was actually he wanted to be a member of the Fantastic Four.
Right,
Instead,
remember
but they
Spider-Man?
don't have rights to Fantastic Four.
Remember though, also,
Go on.
back then Spider-Man is an old superhero. One of the very
He's one of the oldest, man.
So
He's so old. He's before the
Fantastic
X-Men.
Four- Yeah, he's before the Avengers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So,
Yeah.
So like back when his character came out, you know, Fantastic Four was the first team that there was.
Yeah, it was the first team up, and they're the first Marvel family.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
so
too
like
bad that-
when he's like, "Oh, I want to be part of something," it was the
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
But but you know, when the Avengers came out, it's like, "Oh, this is so much cooler than Fantastic Four."
Mhm.
Yeah. So then, yeah. This,
No, Fantastic Four is 10 times cooler than anything the Avengers do, honestly. Like, you have to actually, like, if you read, like, I've read so many Fantastic Four comics, they're just so much cooler than Avengers. I still to this day.
I don't know if he's being serious.
No, I'm being totally serious.
Okay.
I do. No, I think it's 10 times cooler than Avengers. And the only reason why they stopped producing the Fantastic Four comics and they don't do any TV show stuff is because they don't want to give Fox new ideas to make more movies. So they cancel it. That way that way they have a chance to get the rights back. Yeah. But anything else?
They will never be able to come up with something as good as the Avengers, as Fantastic Four.
Do you guys really not like Fantastic Four more than Avengers?
No, I don't like
Oh,
the
I'm
Avengers.
way pro Avengers.
Richards.
Yeah.
I'm so pro Fantastic Four.
I like Reed Richards because he's
You
a
like the Hulk?
freaking genius.
Yeah, he's the smartest person in the Marvel
I
universe,
know.
man.
I know.
So and
Well,
Doctor Doom is the only one that Doom was probably
pretty
smart.
close.
I'd say Doom's much smarter than
Maybe
Richards.
smarter, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which is why I'm so upset with the remake of Fantastic Four.
actually,
I'm
the
so
remake goes in depth more about how smart he is than in the original.
No, but just they completely trashed Doctor Doom.
Ah, yeah. They ruined that character.
And it's like I don't think I can actually see Doctor Doom on screen again. It's so far like another 10
That
years.
first one's Dr. Doom was pretty awesome. Like,
Oh, no.
Comic, yeah. 'cause
Those
this
first
is the
two.
Pokemon. This
Yeah, let's
get
finish
off
up.
screen here.
Yeah, we'll talk about this
Alright,
in
final
broadcast.
Final notes. We will be having a podcast on Friday. We'll have to go see it tonight or tomorrow for Ray, and hopefully James. James says he wants to be part of. We can go tomorrow because James says he wants
I'm
to go
going.
over.
We'll go tomorrow. I'm sorry. This sounds like a big A moment, but if you buy my ticket, I can go. I am just so broke right now with paying all my bills.
You bought
and
me a
stuff like
ticket. That
I'll
one
split the
time.
ticket.
Okay.
$4.
There you go.
Are you guys cool with that? I'll go see you tomorrow.
I'll go watch the
Yeah.
Hitman Bodyguard.
I want to go watch it.
No, just see with me. See with me.
Third time in a row.
Yeah, see with me. But the reason why I don't want to go is I really don't have anybody.
I can go with you, and
You
we
good?
can go.
Okay, yeah, if you want to. That's awesome.
I want to make sure James goes.
Okay, me, James, Alex. Do you want to see TJ? Would you do
I'm
anything
busy
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
You busy tomorrow? Oh, wife.
Sorry.
Lady.
So
Yeah,
we'll
then
have
I'm
a
gonna
Stephen King podcast on Friday talking about. We'll have a list of movies. I don't think we can cover all of them. There's just way too many.
I'll put a list out. We'll pick our top. Pick your guys' top 5. We'll do that.
All right,
We can go for 2 hours.
That's
I'll
what the whole thing.
I'd like to do a segment of old it versus new it.
No, yeah, we can do that.
There's not
little
a
comparison.
lot of new. Dark Tower, and Carrie's pretty new. The newer one.
The remake with
Yeah.
Chloe. Oh, shit, it's so good.
Moretz, and then
Yeah, sorry.
the new It. I think that's all I can really think of for new Stephen King movies.
Mhm.
But a lot of them are older.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have that podcast coming. There was another thing I was talking about and I forgot. I was gonna say something to Ray.
I like the else of TJ Morgan. Go on.
I was like, I'll talk about it with my
Okay.
final notes. Remember?
What was it? The
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Was it some Pokemon?
No.
We're talking about Avengers.
No, it was something way earlier in the podcast because I do remember you saying something about it. And
I
you're
was
like,
trying to say something to you, and then you know what? Screw it. I'll save it for final note.
oh, right, because him and I were going back and forth.
Yes.
I don't remember.
And now I forgot what it was.
I thought you were saying like, don't worry, I won't say it. I was like, I thought you got mad that we were talking.
That's
Right?
okay.
Yeah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about
It
it
was
later.
a big deal.
What was it about?
It was a
it
big
about?
deal.
Was it regarding the podcast or of our in broadcast or something or? Because we have to come up with an actual thing for that at some point here in the future.
No, it wasn't about a podcast.
Mhm.
I had a feeling it had something to do with like it or something.
Oh, me not seeing it right.
But I don't know if it was that.
I believe I was saying something like, "We're gonna do the podcast whether or not you've seen it or not." And then we got to talking, and there's some more lines after that.
And I said no, they're gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it regardless.
That's what I said. So, but there was something I was gonna say and I forgot, but I don't know. Maybe it'll hit me later. Oh no, I remember now.
Go ahead.
I remember now. It
Go
had
ahead.
nothing to do with that.
Oh, you go.
If you guys didn't know or haven't seen it yet, there's a new show out called The Orville, starring Seth MacFarlane. It's 7 o'clock on Sundays. I watched the first episode, and it's very Seth MacFarlane.
Good.
And his best friend is Steve, American Dad, the guy who plays Steve.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's the pilot.
He's the helmsman.
Scotty's role.
Who's the helmsman in Star Trek? Scotty is like a.
Yeah, it's a spoof of Star Trek.
Right. Right.
Everybody knows that.
Whoever, pretty much the pilot, because Kirk doesn't actually fly the ship. It's the people up in the front steering the ship. He just makes the decisions and tells them what to do.
good.
So the people,
Sorry.
I guess it would be Scotty's role, maybe. I don't know. I thought Scotty was down below the ship, doing technical maintenance stuff.
There's two.
I was so surprised that Seth Green didn't have a role in the Orville. That seems
Oh, he
like
probably will.
I mean, he
it's
might.
right down his alley.
He will
Right.
later. He will later.
If you guys watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I can't think of her name right now. Mockingbird. She's like a female superhero. The girl who plays her on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. plays his ex-wife in this.
She's also in the old show Friday Night Lights.
Oh, which
Show.
one?
The show.
I didn't
Which
know
character
the
is
show.
she? The daughter?
She's the blonde that's dating.
She's blonde in that, huh?
She's the one that she's dating the fullback all the time.
Oh, what's her name?
Texas.
Tyra?
Tyra.
There you go.
She's Tyra.
Oh, she's hot.
So, yeah,
Sorry.
she's good looking. So, yeah, I would tune into that, and I recommend you watching that because it's really funny. Seth MacFarlane, he is my hero.
Can you watch A Million Ways to Die in the Wild West tonight?
That guy
I'm gonna.
knows.
I have Orville out there.
Oh, okay,
We're gonna watch it, and then we can watch that after.
Alright.
So tune into that and be ready to watch us. We'll be on Facebook on Friday.
Yeah.
For our podcast, and that'll be it for the night.
All right, thanks
Bye.
for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, guys.